What's up, Dace-tacular Nation? Welcome to another edition of the Dace Man Show, and we will be doing a special 3-hour show that will be covering the Game Awards of 2020, Marvel news, and Star Wars news based on the Disney Plus series. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick this over to a commercial, and when we come back, we will have Jarrett Edelman, Cheever, and Gibby talking the Game Awards. Now, over to the commercial.
Discus Gaming for a cause ease!
Overall, and then what our thoughts are all.
Live.
Hey, what's up, guys? Clearly, we don't have our shit put together quite well, but some big news happened over the week. Something that all three of us here are very passionate about is video games. So, the Video Game Award.
I don't like being in the middle, man. I don't know how you do this thing. That's
Well,
a weird spot.
You were in the middle last time. So Jared and I are just tag teaming here.
Yeah.
We're just going in and out.
Eiffel Tower, baby. Oh, God. No, I'm not. Nope. All right.
You don't want who doesn't want Eiffel Tower, Gibby?
Really? Come on, guys. Do it.
All right. But back to it. The Video Game Awards came out. We had a good few that were like, you kind of knew where they were going and which ones were going to win. You had a few that were...
Steampunk won everything, case closed.
You had a few that were kind of upsets, in my opinion, and others too. And then you had some that were completely different than where people actually thought they were going to go. So let's kick it off with what? The first award?
Well, I don't have anything pulled up.
All right.
Well, the first things first, let's go straight to multiplayer gaming.
Yeah.
Multiplayer gaming had...
our nominees were Animal Crossing, Among Us, Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys, and Valorant.
Warzone.
Call of Duty's on there is a staple across the board, hands down.
Well, yeah, it comes down to the simple fact that it's been a staple since Modern Warfare 2. Yeah. That's where it got its...
The new COD's fucking garbage, though.
It is.
Do you see what Activision did with that? Well,
yeah. The only thing that's good about it is zombies.
Yeah, but they literally patented a thing to fuck up your aim. Like, what the... I mean, I couldn't even believe it.
We'll talk about that for a podcast later, all right?
I couldn't even,
I know.
I just was like, are you freaking kidding me?
But another three of those games that released this year that were huge successes off the bat was Animal Crossing, Fall Guys, but Among Us was not a game that released this year. It released 2 years ago in 2018.
It just became big this year.
So Among Us won.
Yes, really? Among Us did win.
So,
well, I mean, how much content was made in YouTube, Twitch, and just merchandise overall?
I get it, but it didn't even come out this year. How is it even like?
That's the argument right there. Why would it win Game of the Year, Best Multiplayer, when it did not release this year?
Because nothing says it had to release this year.
That's true, but that's
Call of Duty Modern Warfare's or Warzone, I don't believe, released this year as well. I think it released in 2019.
It was the end of 2019. But that usually carries over at the end.
It does, but it's still, I mean, to the simple effect, like, if you told anybody Among Us in 2018 or 2019, every single person in the household would have been like, what are you talking about?
Who is it, yeah.
It didn't hit off until we had a pandemic. But that pandemic really skyrocketed them to something new.
Yeah, I mean, they were supposed to come out with Among Us too, and they like kind of
they cut it out.
And then
they cut it out, and everything they were going to do for Among Us 2, they put into Among Us.
And they're coming out with a new map.
Yeah. But other than that,
Bullshit.
I think it's a good enough game to win. I don't have any problems with that game winning Best Multiplayer Game. I'm happy it didn't go to another Call of Duty game that gets released every year.
Yeah, I'm shocked Warzone didn't get it just because that's like the first time they stepped out of the fucking cookie cutter.
Oh, I mean,
granted, they went into a cookie cutter, but I mean,
the best thing that could have happened though was the one that could have beaten Among Us was the game that shot off first was Fall Guys.
Yes.
Fall Guys took a storm. They started off super strong.
It started off strong, but fell off pretty hard.
Well, they fell off hard because they didn't create any new content.
Yeah.
Nothing else came from it. Like, you were watching people play, and then you had people who came in and broke the game.
Well, the developers just stopped supporting it for some reason. I don't understand why.
Well, they tried to move the concept too quickly.
Oh.
It was a PC game. Mm-hmm. They pushed it to PlayStation, and then it just fell off. Like, there was no season 1 was all right. It was fun. The concept's there. It's great. It's practically watching what's that old TV show with the big red balls that people try to jump across? Wipeout.
Wipeout. Yeah.
It was practically watching or playing Wipeout.
I still watch every once in a while. They do it now, I guess, in other countries.
But this is just a video game version of Wipeout. Like, Among Us is a video game version of what? Like Secret Hitler?
Okay.
You
I
never
never
played-
heard of that game.
Oh, you never
alright.
played Secret Hitler? Oh, it's a good game.
But it's it's there's a bunch of other games out there that are like that, where you have to find a killer, find a saboteur or whatever.
Somebody who's literally the imposter.
Imposter, yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things that struck out to me was Animal Crossing being recommended for
I would consider it
multiplayer because it's normally by itself standalone. You have your island, you develop your island, you
Or
go
your
forwards.
township, or your town or your city
I guess
area.
the only multi thing in that is you can go to other people's islands.
Yeah,
right?
you can go to. I mean, I think it came down to the fact that this was in the multiplayer category for the simple fact that we hit a pandemic. Nobody could go anywhere.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's a
you
good
know what?
game.
Instead of like, yo, don't come to my house. Yo, let's go to my island and see what's up. Even though it's the same exact game on someone else's island.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I mean, I kind of understand why you're saying it's multiplayer, but I wouldn't consider it a true multiplayer.
I mean, it shouldn't have probably been in this category, but it's.
But it definitely should be part of an award, or at least nominate. I don't know if it should win, but.
Well, it did it? Among Us did win.
Well,
best
I mean, if it was
multiplayer.
in like another one, but it
it
should
will
get an
be.
honorable mention. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah.
But because that game came out pretty. That one I think lucked out a lot just because of the timing.
Yeah.
Oh,
if,
no,
if,
100%.
if it didn't happen like almost at the beginning of the coronavirus, I don't know if that would have.
It probably
taken
wouldn't
off
have the
as much.
same as sales, but I think the game still would have been done great because Animal Crossing has such a cult following.
Yeah.
They're what it is.
I don't get it. My wife bought it.
I have it. I played that game for like 200 hours because I got furloughed and everything.
Yeah.
But after that, though, after I played it and time traveled, which a lot of people say are no-nos, but I don't care.
It's Animal Crossing.
I
That's what you're supposed to do.
I play the game how I want to play the game. But I did everything I could, and then I sat there going, well, there's not much else I can do. I got to wait for a new season to happen. I'm not time traveling to a new season. Like, oh, let me go to Christmas, and it's July. Cool.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you time traveled. Now your island's on the friggin' planet Zoran.
Yeah. So on
That's space travel, not time travel.
Well, it's time, man. You got space travel at this point, man. That's like, God, come on.
either way, moving on. So on the topic of Among Us not being released this year, the best sports game, it was NBA 2K 2021.
Yep.
F1 2020.
Yep.
I forget. There's a whole bunch of other sports games.
There was Dirty 5.
Dirt 5, which is
Yeah,
a,
you
which is a
wrote
racing game.
35. Weird.
Dirty.
All right, you had FIFA 21 and
Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remastered.
Which, so again, it's not a new game. It is remastered. So
Hope to God
why?
Tony Hawk won that, right?
Yeah. So again,
Thank God.
why did Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remake
Because
win Game of the Year?
Fuck
For-
EA.
for
Fuck EA. Fuck EA.
the mic's not there anymore, Gibby.
Oh,
We
it's
have-
fuck EA.
We have strong opinions from Gibby about EA.
That's why.
All right.
But, I mean, to the extent, Dirt 5,
Excuse me. Racing game.
Yeah.
It's a fun game.
Yep.
Um,
Road
Again,
Rally.
it's another one that comes out like every other year.
it's a
It
Forza
comes out.
game.
It comes out. It comes out
Yeah.
every console.
No, it comes out every year.
It
They
comes
come
out-
out with one almost every
Dirt?
year.
It's like
Yeah.
every year, every other year. It's literally on a fucking cycle, and it's just all
Yeah.
of them, all the ones you said.
Dirt wasn't on
except for-
PlayStation 1.
Except for Tony Hawk, yeah, is not on a freaking repeat cycle.
NBA 2K21 is literally just a remake of NBA 2K20 with a little bit better graphics and a whole new roster of whoever got drafted in the NBA.
Yeah.
um,
And it'll be the same
FIFA
thing for-
21 is whoever got drafted into the soccer league.
Yeah.
And then F1 2020 is just it's the same expect of a racing game. I mean,
better graphics.
to an extent, it's hard to make a racing game feel new.
Yes.
It's hard to make, like, you can't really make NASCAR new. You're not going to sit there and be like, hey, this is now a figure 8 course in NASCAR. No, it doesn't work that way. NASCAR is a circle.
Always got to do a circle, man.
Hey, man, you always turn to left. You never know. They never use their blinkers, they're son of a bitches.
I know, right? All right, you know what they'll do? They'll make you drive it in reverse.
But
It's
Tony
just right.
Hawk Remastered 1 and 2 is literally there because it was such a movement when it first came out. It made skateboarding somewhat cool. Like, what kid didn't want to try to pick up a skateboard and try to learn how to do an ollie after watching and playing Tony Hawk? I mean, had one of the best soundtracks as a kid. And, I mean, it was just a remastered version, so every single one of those kids who grew up with that game is who are adults now. Like, they have the adult money, and they're going to be the ones who fucking buy it.
Yeah, and like I said, it's the only one that's not on a repeat cycle.
I mean, it technically is a repeat because it's just a remaster.
Yeah, but it's not like every fucking year it comes out. Like, it's not like you.
I mean,
the
our
same
same
thing
complaints
every year,
about the other games where it's just a remake of the same game. It is still just a remake.
It is a remake, but it's from.
So
what,
none of these games are
PlayStation
actually
2?
original.
PlayStation 1? Like, come on.
But still, I mean,
give it a break.
None of these racing or sports games are like, this is a new racing or sports game. They are. This is this year's latest racing.
I mean, I
and sports
get
game.
it, but I'm just saying that's the only one that's not on a repeat every fucking year.
Listen, the last time I got to play a racing game that was different was Jack 3. When I got to play
Jack 3?
Yeah, Jack and Daxter. Dude, that game was fantastic. But listen, it's a great game.
Yeah, okay, keep going.
I mean, it's to an extent, like, how are you going to judge a game that doesn't really, no really new games released of it that get momentum?
Yeah, I mean, it's the only
See
way
what I did
that
there with
you
racing
can,
momentum?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
The only way that I would, they need to have competition. The fact that they actually license out and only one person can create, I feel like is the biggest problem.
It's a problem, but at the same time, like, they know that they're going to do good. They know that they're going to keep
Fuck
true to their
EA.
cause. You can say fuck you EA all you want. And same thing with Gizzard, but it still is what it is.
But yeah, they just need to they shouldn't have exclusive licenses for that, in my opinion.
But that comes down to the simple fact. So should PlayStation and Xbox have their exclusivity?
Well, I'm just saying I'm saying that Sony, yes. Xbox, if they make it themselves, yes.
What are you saying? Xbox just releases IPs from other companies that they bought?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the biggest problem. Yeah, that's like literally the biggest problem with them. But like Sony, they have their own publishing studio and stuff, so that makes sense to me. Xbox, it's kind of weird because they don't actually own any. I mean, well, now they're starting to own them because now they're just buying fucking everybody.
Bethesda, baby.
Yeah, like it's not like, they're kind of weird, unfortunately.
But they're not the ones
But
who really
yeah.
want the exclusives anymore. They stopped wanting exclusives. But
Yeah.
we digress from the situation at hand.
That's another topic.
Our next category was simulation and strategy.
Oh, this was a fun one.
Simulation and
So
strategy.
Crusader
How is
King
that?
III,
Yep.
Okay.
Desperados 3, Gears
yeah.
Tactics, Microsoft Flight Simulator,
What?
and XCOM Chimera Squad.
Yeah.
XCOM came out with another Jesus
Tactics,
fucking
yeah.
Christ.
So,
I didn't even know they came out with another one. Is it like an expansion pack?
I believe it was a standalone.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Was it still as glitchy as all the other fucking ones
Oh,
they
yes,
released?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
So the one that won that category
I'm
was
gonna take a guess.
okay.
Please, for the love of God, tell me it's not Flight Simulator.
It was Flight Simulator with its 12 discs of Blu-ray DVDs to install.
And I fucking knew it because they constantly. Oh my god.
but there was such a move. It came. I swear to God, almost every one of these games came down to the simple fact that you can't go somewhere else now. So guess what? You're gonna travel there virtually, baby. Woo! Now, you know how many people traveled to Epstein Island after that whole thing happened? Dude, I swear to God, it was a thing. They were just laying in there. They were like, yo, we're going to they can't investigate it. We're going to investigate ourselves somehow in a plane. But
I'm surprised there weren't missile turrets there. Jesus Christ.
But yes, that game did win
Oh my god.
simulator strategy, which it's really weird that simulator and strategy are grouped together in the same category.
Well, you gotta think about it.
It's probably not like an RTS. Well,
But like, you're really gonna rope in Gears Tactics with
Yeah,
Flight Simulator?
that's exactly what I was thinking. When
Well,
I started speaking, I was like, well, hold on, wait a minute.
Like, you find me the link there. Chat. You find me a link where you can wrap it together.
Yeah.
Flight Simulator and Gears Tactics. I'll listen, but I can't find it.
They don't even appeal to the same people. Like, it's not even.
I can't click on the link, but I want to click on that link.
Yeah.
Yo, they lost 10,000 or 10 million videos.
Yeah,
So
they
for those
did.
listening on Spotify, the link that was put up was Pornhub.com.
Wait,
And-
didn't they link? Isn't Pornhub part of Xbox now? You get it with their subscription.
It is. Yeah, you get free Pornhub Premium.
They purged everything on their
God.
servers that wasn't from a verified account.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
Oh my God.
Hopefully my girlfriend's not watching. But
But I'm gonna go back.
But I'm not the biggest simulator strategy guy out there, so if you guys have your thoughts on this,
I mean,
you
I'm
know.
good in strategy, but
strategy.
simulation, no.
Yeah. Well, think about it. How many strategy games come out a year?
That's
and
the
how many
problem,
and
yeah.
how many simulation games come out a year?
I'm
So it
just
only
trying
makes
to-
sense to put
Farming
them.
simulator.
I mean,
That's 19.
That's just
though.
an
That's
update.
well over a year ago.
yeah, that's just an update.
So was Among Us, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I'm actually just trying to think what strategy games actually came out this year, and I can't think of any.
Because
Gears Tactics, right? Is that the only one?
That's the only one that came out.
Gears, Yeah, and
And
XCOM,
Xanators
I have
3.
no idea when XCOM came out because I didn't even know that they
No.
created another one.
I've never played them. Like, the last
Yeah.
tactical game I played was what? What was that? It was Halo 2. It was the Halo one.
Halo Wars.
Yeah.
Halo Wars 2 was the last one I played.
Halo Wars 2. Mm-hmm.
I
I'm
mean,
trying to think. Maybe you could have said Civ 6.
That
Six,
came
eight,
out
yeah.
about 2 years ago.
Yeah, that
But
came
they
out.
released the,
And
what's
the
it called?
DLC content.
The DLC. Well,
What, they added new dictators?
well, it's an expansion.
For the most part,
type-
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an expansion thingy. Actually, I bought it at Season Pass or whatever. They randomized the tech tree and stuff. You can't actually see the tech tree. It's a fucking disaster. It's great. It's fucking great.
What, you mean video games are buggy?
No, that's actually they build it in to like
Ah.
bug out the tech trait,
Oh, really?
so you can't see what. Yeah, it
Oh.
makes it so much better in my opinion.
Hey, it makes
So-
it
and
immersive, right?
Yeah, and it has like the tech path makes no fucking sense. It's
Well, the tech path in Civ 5 never made any sense either.
well this one makes absolutely no. You might have to like do farming like animal husbandry, then you'll get fucking rocket launchers as your next fucking upgrade. It makes no fucking sense.
What do you mean? Kaminor means explosive
Exactly right. Yeah.
diarrhea, which means mortars.
Yeah.
Which equals dynamite.
It's freaking crazy.
Well, that was like, what was
Yeah.
that one old game where like you got to play God and you can mix like sand and fire and you made glass and eventually you could build
Oh my god, yeah!
That it was
yeah.
on the phone, but like you could somehow it was like paper, dynamite makes. Like the what do you call it? Whatever wire it was that was the explosive wire that you
Oh.
could pipe somewhere. I'm like,
Yeah.
that does not. No, it does not happen that way. Some little kids could be like, Dad, write me some dynamite and paper. I'm like, we got
Yeah.
this.
There you go.
I'm getting in that safe.
It's what I get my kid for Christmas.
They could have even went with fucking at that point Minecraft. Minecraft had a big release earlier this year.
Yeah.
The Minecraft Dungeons. I believe they did get
But
a
that's-
nominee for something. But
I would
we'll get.
That,
We'll cross,
that,
yeah.
that comes up next.
I would consider that like a sim game.
I would.
That's
And,
more of just you walk
Sort
a
of.
path and you like slash.
well, the thing is like even though because I felt like this game should have shown up a lot this year, is Animal Crossing. It's a life simulator game.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
That would have made sense.
It is a life simulator game. Like whether or not that's a cartoony life, it's still.
Yeah.
Well, think of all the memes.
Oh yeah.
The millennials living out their dreams, financial independence, all of that.
Wait, who the hell is financially independent in that game? I owe shit ton of bells to Tom Nook.
But it's zero interest. How many of you would like to have a zero interest loan?
For
Yeah,
bells.
take a $5 million zero interest loan.
Yeah.
You should pay me back whenever. I'm gonna
Exactly.
die before I pay you back.
I like it. I like it.
Which
Exactly.
makes no sense. The last expansion on your house cost you $5 million fucking bells.
Yeah.
There's no incentive to pay him. The only incentive is once you pay, you can then change the roof and the outer coloring for free. Even though it costs 5,000 bells to do it, you can change it for free whenever you want. And that's your incentive.
Just keep getting more money on anyway, just to change the color.
Yeah. No, you can't get any more money. He will only loan you to build your house, and that's it. So, I mean, to the extent it teaches little kids about
Budgeting.
Budgeting.
There's no budgeting there. There's no interest
It teaches little kids that they can take out as much money on their credit card as they want and build a credit card debt.
Exactly. Then don't worry about the expense. We don't care about that.
24% APR. But all right, let's get past the simulator strat.
Please.
And we're on to now Best Family. Best Family. The nominees were
Best family game.
Best Family Game.
Yep.
What the hell's okay? Go
Like
ahead.
as in like it
Just start
encompasses.
saying
All right.
names of them.
Yeah, you'll find out.
The family friendly games.
Paper Mario, Minecraft Dungeons, Mario Kart Live Home, Fall Guys, Crash Bandicoot 4, and Animal Crossing. Those were our 6 nominees actually.
The most nominees for a category.
Which I mean, at this point, a lot of people.
And now in this one, I would feel like Animal Crossing should have won that one pretty hands
And
down.
it
Which
did.
it did.
So-
Animal
okay.
Crossing
Oh,
did.
Jesus Christ! I'm killing it right now.
Well, you're killing it, but you hated the last two.
Well, yeah, like
But
I just know because I know how they talk and stuff about these games, and
Yeah. So I'm kind of surprised Crash 4, which is not Crash 4, it is
Yeah.
Crash 5. Crash 4 was the one that had introduced the other Bandicoot, Crunch, with the mask elementals.
right.
But we're gonna completely skip over that.
Yeah, we don't care about him.
I didn't play Crash.
I only played up to 3,
Yeah.
and then I kind of stopped.
I mean, Crash, in
Crash
a
Bandicoot
sense.
Racing though. That
I
was
did. I
awesome.
did. I
Yeah.
think I only did the first one. I think they came out with like 2 or 3 of them. So
Yeah.
I only did the first one.
We just
Yeah.
took away his rage.
It's okay.
great.
Yeah.
But Crash 4, I can see how it's categorized as a family-friendly game.
Well, it is.
It is.
It's not.
Why isn't it?
Why, yeah. Why isn't it?
What's it rated?
It's rated E.
For for everyone.
Exactly.
Is it? No. Maybe.
Hey, producers over there, can we get a ruling on what the rating for Crash 4 was?
Technically Crash 5.
Wasn't it E for everyone?
E for family.
It was E for everyone. Thank
I
you
refuse to
so
believe that.
much.
I refuse to believe that.
But as we digress
Well,
from
why
that,
would it not be? I'm just
Yeah.
curious. Like, what in that game would you consider it not being family friendly? I'm just curious.
It's more platforming. I wouldn't
Paper
categorize.
Mario.
platforming doesn't mean it can't be a family game.
I mean, I haven't played Paper Mario, but isn't Paper Mario also a platformer?
Yes.
No, it's turn-based. It's a turn-based strategy game.
So strategy game that wasn't a part of the strat games. Okay, thank you. As we move
What
on,
the fuck, man?
it's
Go
a
ahead.
family game means that everybody can play. It's
Yeah.
a very broad subject.
It is.
Usually means cartoony to where little kids are gonna enjoy looking at the colors.
Ooh, come on.
I played Spyro. I was probably not that great of a family game. There was a lot of things said in that game that I didn't understand as a kid. That I learned now.
Yeah. It's definitely a kid's
Rhythmically.
game.
Did you play?
I did not.
Okay.
I want to. I do want to.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. It is a dungeon game. It's great. It's fantastic. You want a goal?
I wonder, does it need to be? Is it when it family? Does it mean like the whole family has to play? Maybe that's why.
No.
Yeah,
that
well, I
would
mean,
be
the whole family
considered.
could play it though. Like you could have like a party of 4 and play that game.
Oh, you
And
can.
yeah,
Okay.
it's fun. It's really it's like it comes down to the basics of what Minecraft battling is. You get a guy,
Get
and
a
you're given
guy.
zombies, skeletons, spiders.
And a pickaxe.
No,
And then
you-
you go
I
to
mean,
town.
you
You
don't-
go to town.
They give you better weapons than this.
No, would a pickaxe just go fend for yourself?
No, that's not how they started
Oh,
off.
Man.
But there's a story behind the game, and it's an interesting enough story where it keeps you entertained for the longest time.
I like it.
it kind of gets repetitive. Because after you beat the story, you can just go back and play harder versions of that.
Yeah.
Which no kid's gonna go back and play the harder versions of.
No.
But they're just gonna keep playing until they just keep going and going and going. But it's Minecraft again. It's in there because of its name.
Yeah.
It's like saying like, oh, who had the best sportswear out there? Nike. It's Nike. So
Under
yeah, sure.
Armour. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
Adidas. Whatever you want to go with.
Yeah.
But like nobody's gonna break in there and be like, you know what? That Target brand athletic wear. Ooh, yeah.
That's where it's at.
That's what I'm wearing. But no, I mean it comes down to its name. It's Wow, I can't say that word.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, no problem.
See, I'm not the only one.
I can't speak sometimes.
It's when the microphone hits the face.
It's not in my face
No,
now, so.
I can't speak half the time. Are you kidding me? But no, Animal Crossing won Best Family Game, which makes sense to me completely.
Considering how it took off at the beginning of the year. Yeah.
And it sold out its console.
Yeah.
To where families were looking for it to get it for their kids to keep them preoccupied while they were working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there was an easy enough game to learn. There was
Yep.
it wasn't like it was press A to B to B to A to minus plus
Again.
13 different combinations to get one attack in.
It really just worked just because the timing of that was just impeccable.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you couldn't, yeah.
My stock in that way up.
Yeah. I'm just saying, man, unless, Nintendo might be in on it.
That's I was just thinking that.
I'm just saying, man, it's very, very skeptical how well
What?
that timed
How it
out.
came from China?
That's Japan's right next door. I'm just saying, man.
Just
They
slip the vial.
yeah, just slip it over there real quick. Man.
But what? So I never played Mario Kart Live Home. I know that wasn't that thing where it's like you can make a track in your house.
In your house.
Yeah.
So, for example, this basement would be the prime opportunity. You put a checkpoint over by the couch, a checkpoint over by the pool table, checkpoint here. So you drive through the checkpoints. It creates an augmented reality. So as you drive on the Switch, the carts that attach to the Switch, it auto-populates attacks, coins,
How much was this?
$100.
I think Dace has it.
No.
Listen, I can't say
No?
much.
How do you not have that? Out of that entire wall of games.
It was sold out.
Oh.
I could have gotten you one when I worked at Walmart.
He could have stolen you one.
I sold a lot of shit on my last day.
Oh my God!
We heard it first,
It's right
chat.
here. It's right here, Pop.
But no, I mean, I can't say much. I bought the $100 Pokeball controller for the Switch when it came out because it had Mew in it. I was like, Mew?
Sold.
But I mean, I don't. That's interesting to become a family game, for the simple fact that it was. That's not really in a lot of families' budgets.
It really wasn't. I was surprised it was nominated because, like you said, it's one of those. It's more of a gimmick for a game that already came out.
It's an idea that the fact that you can like somehow turn your real world into a virtual world of racing. It's a good start, which makes me excited for what the future could hold for racing games.
Could be.
The simple fact that you could augment your it puts you back. Hot Wheels is going to release a game where you can put a Hot Wheels track in your backyard again and actually race on it.
Maybe, you never know.
If you guys do that, I don't even need credit or nothing, but just send me the game for free
Exactly.
with an Oculus or something, like just virtually. So, well, all right, that would be great. That would redefine the racing industry though a little bit for video games.
Yeah, it's sort of gimmick. I don't know if it would ever win though, because it's really gimmicky, and I don't see it ever being high.
I'm not saying gimmicky, but like to the extent of like, all right, now you're virtually racing. You're no longer just.
I mean, I get that, but you're not. I mean, doing that with like an actual racing game, I think will be better than.
Well, like you, but like I mean,
doing like a Mario Kart or whatever.
but most of them already have their tracks already digitally made.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you do it through VR or something, it'd be kind of neat.
Okay.
Well, isn't that what the Crew tried to originally do?
Well, the
but
Crew-
for interstates, in a sense.
The Crew has one of the biggest maps known in gaming.
Yes.
As far as you can practically travel the entire U.S.
Mm-hmm.
It tried it. It failed.
Yeah, I was looking forward to that. That was on when they announced it. That was on my watch list when I watched it develop, because that was groundbreaking at the time. It's like I could pretend to race from Philly to New York, the actual road that I could take. It's like it's things I could do virtually that I knew I would never do in real life.
I love how you chose Philly to New York and not like Philly to California, where you're going across the country.
That's
You
that's a
you
23-hour
just
drive. I'm not spending 23 hours in a gaming computer chair to pretend to drive. I'll do it for 2 hours, but not for
It's
23.
gonna take you that long?
Yeah.
It should have
It's
been real
not-
life 1-for-1 scale.
It wasn't 1-for-1
It
scale.
should be real life 1-to-1 scale.
Let me race to Philly to New York with the New York traffic getting into Philly like it's so easy.
Yeah.
It wants the 1-to-1 scale, but not
That's
the 1-to-1
that's why
traffic.
you do it at 11 p.m. at night.
Yeah, he's saying 2 hours. What the fuck is on?
He's still sitting.
It's more like a 6-hour drive. What time of day is it even?
I
I'm
thought
just
it was an
saying.
hour. What are you guys talking
This
about?
guy, no one wants to sit in a car ride for 2 hours, let alone sit in a video game driving
Traffic.
driving the
Traffic.
same road they can still drive in real life.
Yeah, driving it. Yeah, we're gonna do it realistic here. I'm just parked. I can move up a little bit.
Yo, do you remember the Easy Pass? Fuck.
Yeah.
I got the Easy Pass. Damn it.
Yeah, gotta stop, pull over, hand him the money. Let me through the toll real quick.
I hate it. Hate it.
That's simulation at its best.
All right.
The fucked up thing, somebody will develop that and it'll take off.
Yeah.
That will be the sickening thing.
Again,
Did you play Paper Mario?
I did not. I heard a lot of great reviews about it.
I mean, it was on our stream here. The Dace Man did play it. I knew that. Ooh. Did you play it at all?
No, I don't play Nintendo games.
I caught a little glimpse of it when he was streaming it.
Yeah, I watched him stream it for a while.
It looked fun. It looked like a Mario game. It didn't ring anything special for me. It rang as a Paper Mario game. It rang as like, hey.
All the Mario games are the same to me.
Mario Sunshine was a different game from the rest.
Yeah, and then Galaxy was pretty neat too. But I mean, it's just like I don't know.
What, you're still saving Peach from Bowser?
Yeah, it's yeah. And you're going.
Well, I mean, that's the
collecting
same thing with
stars
Zelda,
and
where you're
coins.
saving
Yeah.
Zelda from Ganondorf.
Are they really saving it, or is they all just taking off with the enemies? I'm just saying.
With Paper Mario, you don't fight Bowser in it. You're fighting the Origami King. That's part of the. We talked about this back on one of the other Dace Man shows.
Okay.
Where it was you can't. The new directive is that they need to come up with new villains going forward, and it can't always be Bowser.
Why?
For the other entities of like Paper Mario and what's the other fucking shit they do?
Why?
Nintendo said it.
Yeah, Nintendo doesn't.
So are
want
they going to do the same
more
thing with Zelda?
for each thing?
I don't think so, but at least
I
the
think
directive
so.
with Mario is they have to create new villains going forward for the spin-offs like Paper Mario and anything else they do like that.
Well, I know for Zelda they came to the simple conclusion that Ganondorf isn't always the Ganondorf you see.
Yeah. So what happened was for Legend of Zelda. So Breath of the Wild does not fall within the timeline that they have produced. So as of right now, Breath of the Wild is a standalone. It has no previous connection to any of the other games except for Breath of the Wild 2 coming out.
They're all like, what number is this? This is like 19, 20?
Yeah. So in all reality,
So-
Breath of
so-
the Wild is a new reiteration of the Zelda franchise.
And who are you trying to
Which
save
it was
every time?
beautiful.
It's a wonderful game.
That game was fantastic.
You can
to play.
sink 200 hours into that game.
And who are you
and
trying to
still
save each time?
Technically, you don't save Zelda.
You don't save Zelda ever?
No,
No.
not in that game actually.
She's actually fighting Ganon for 100 years.
She keeps dying?
No, they're just locked
no,
in
she-
conflict. They both have a piece of the Triforce.
She,
They're
she,
locked in
she did
conflict.
the Doctor Strange thing where when he versus Dormammu,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Hello, Dormammu," and then dies, and then "Hello, Dormammu," and then dies because he has a time stone.
We're
He
just
keeps.
gonna keep doing this?
Yeah. So it's kind of one of those locked in like never-ending battle.
Yeah.
No side's gonna win until an outside force acts upon.
Well, then Peach, you save her every time. She keeps going right back to
But
Bowser.
she has her own
I'm
game
just
series.
saying, and she keeps getting locked into his castle. Just throwing it out there. It's a little weird. Is she
Anyway.
really getting captured, or is she willingly going in there?
So
I mean, look at the size of Bowser and look at the size of Mario. What do you think they're working with?
That's what I'm
have
saying.
did you see all the pictures of Bowser cross-dressing as Peach?
That was
That was
not
2 years
wait.
ago.
Exactly.
That was about 2 years ago when
That's what-
Bowser puts on the Peach crown and it's
I'm
Bowser.
gonna say he's not cross-dressing.
It's
He
Bowser.
changes his entire gender changes, and there's a. We're not gonna get into that because
That's
that was
because,
no
you
no.
know,
We're not. Anyway,
He
moving on to
literally
best
has
fighting
all her
games.
clothes in
No,
his bedroom.
Best fighting
shut them
games,
up.
we have Grand Blue Fantasy. That's an abbreviated
Never
version of
heard
the
of it.
full title. Grand Blue is a phenomenal fighting game series that has its own franchise tournament series running right now. We also have Mortal Kombat 11. Again, Street Fighter 5. There was a One Punch Man and a game called Under Night.
I know absolutely nothing about the fighting.
If you want to take a shot in the dark, Survey says.
I would say the Street Fighter.
Ah, he was close.
That was number 2.
I'd just say that just because those people are fucking crazy.
So what's your next guess after?
I don't know. Actually, I have no idea what any of
You
them
could have gone where the Grand Blue Fantasy, Mortal Kombat 11, One Punch Man, or
Under Night.
Well, the only other one I heard was Mortal Kombat.
There we go.
Yeah.
I mean, they released characters
All the time.
Yeah.
but it was funny. I forget what it was. It was like someone's like Mortal Kombat's aimed towards the older generation that used to play it on arcade modes.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the characters they brought in the Terminator.
Yep.
Terminator. I mean,
They brought in all the action heroes, right?
Yeah,
This
which
one?
were
Yeah.
what the '80s
Stallone.
generation's favorite actors.
And Rambo.
So who are they targeting? They're not targeting my generation.
No. Well, the one or a couple prior to this, they had all the Marvel or DC or whatever it was.
That was Capcom.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no. There was Injustice too.
Injustice,
yeah.
but Injustice isn't Mortal Kombat.
But it was by the same studio.
I understand that, but it's not Mortal Kombat. It's not a Mortal Kombat
Isn't that
thing.
the one with Raiden and all that?
Yes.
Yeah. So they had they versed DC at one point. I actually bought that one. It was
That was a
horrible.
long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they had the Joker in it.
They also had that one as well. I think that was a DLC though, and I don't think that was in the one I was playing. I think that was a different one.
Yeah. The interesting fact about Mortal Kombat though is when it released, there was an online function where it was like a grind tower, but in
Yes.
order to succeed at it, you had to spend actual real life currency
Really?
to get like the
Welcome
healing
to
potion.
EA.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so it got a lot of flack, and I haven't heard shit about the game until the Game Awards. So I was like, how did it win Best Fighting Game when it tanked?
Look at its
The
competition.
what was it? The pre-orders?
Yeah.
I mean, Grand Blue stands up against
I don't
Mortal
even
Kombat.
know who the hell
I
Grand Blue
never
is.
played that game. I know One Punch Man.
Is it like MMA or something? Like
No,
what is it?
it's anime. It's anime.
Oh, no
Mortal
wonder
Kombat.
why I never heard of it.
I mean, it's not the only fighting game that came out either. What was the big one that came out that included One Piece,
One Punch
Naruto?
Man?
No.
Ship and do.
It would be Jump Force.
Jump Force. Jump Force came out, which I thought would have contested Mortal Kombat because you're gonna it draws a. Think of all Shonen type of animes where it was One Piece, Naruto. I can't think of the other
You're
one.
saying a bunch of anime shit that I don't even know shit about.
You've heard of Naruto before, though, right?
They run like
Yeah,
this. They run like
sure.
this. They run like this.
They all do that.
No, Naruto runs like this.
Naruto just does that.
Okay, whatever.
He's
But
the cat guy.
There were these.
Meow.
It's it's the action anime, pretty much.
I'll go with that.
Where it's a fighting. It's literally they watch these animes for fighting.
Alright,
so they made a
So
game.
it's Dragon Ball Z.
Yes. Yes. It's
For fucking 20 minutes, one punch, until next time.
yes.
Yeah.
20-minute episodes where the fight draws out between 30 different episodes.
exactly.
So Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
So One Punch Man is all right along the same lines of it, but it's every character from that show. My Hero Academia had one. Actually, had its second one finally, which is really weird. They came out with them rapidly. Under Night I've never played. I never even heard about it till right now.
Yeah, that was the thing.
But fighting was never something I was super into. I played it a little bit
I never
for Soul
liked the scene.
Calibur.
I never liked the scene. Because when I was at Gloucester County College, they would set up the whatever system in the cafeteria, and they would just grind for 6 hours. If you jump in to play, you would get obliterated in 5 seconds.
And then get out, yeah.
Then they laugh at you, and you don't there's no inclusion. So I never felt drawn to the fighting game circle.
The only fighting game I played and actually enjoyed was either Soul Calibur
Yep.
or Super Smash.
The
Yeah.
Smash people are crazy though.
They are, and I mean, to an extent that game could have been 2 years ago and made the list, that it didn't make the list is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But I mean, to the extent of giving other games a chance, because if they released one of those games, it would have won.
Yeah, automatically. But the following for that is
Well-
just mind blowing.
Quickly, on the topic of Smash, did you see the trailer for the new DLC? The new
Where everybody
DLC?
thought Sephiroth was killing Mario.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was your take on that reveal?
What,
in general?
Sephiroth?
Yeah.
He's awesome. I love him. I played Final Fantasy a little bit. I'm more of a Kingdom Hearts guy. So
Okay.
I learned through Kingdom Hearts who he was, and then I learned who he was.
Okay.
So I don't know him too well, but I do know that the guy's a badass. He has an impractical sword like every other fantasy character, like Cloud.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. You see Cloud try to go up against them again.
Yeah. So Final Fantasy actually was nominated for Best Role-Playing Game, along with Genshin Impact, Persona 5, Wasteland 3, and Yakuza Like a Dragon.
You never played any of those games, have you?
Yeah, I've never heard
Come
of
on,
any
you've
of these
never
fucking
played
things.
Final Fantasy 7?
I have not,
Never
no.
I played.
Not even when it was
none.
on PS1?
No.
Wow,
I did
because
not.
Final Fantasy 7 was a remake this year. It was in remake production for
I'm assuming
4
they had
5
a win, 'cause
years.
That's the only one I
They
heard.
did. They did.
Yeah, they were the only ones to win.
That's the
That
only
was
one
the
I
best
heard.
segue topic
Yeah.
I could think of.
Uh-huh.
Genshin Impact, though, recently had a big surge going up into.
So did Yakuza. Yakuza
Yeah.
had a big impact, and they had a big impact, I think, mainly because of Xbox Game Pass.
You say Yakuza, and
Which
I
makes
think
sense.
The Android thing on HBO.
No, I was thinking you were gonna think of like some like mob, which it pretty much is.
Yeah.
But
that guy took over the Yakuza or whatever it was.
I don't know what you're talking
The
about.
robot. Westworld. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Remember? And then it goes,
Season
yeah,
3.
He's in there. Yeah.
But no. Yakuza had a big impact because 3 of their games came to Game Pass.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I think
people,
Game Pass is just gonna kill fucking PlayStation.
I fucking hope.
I mean,
Oh my god! Once they actually release like what that is going to be and what they
already have released
yeah.
it. But
It's just
what do you
gonna
call it?
be
They're
a
not
slaughter.
They're not gonna do exclusives.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
pretty
we'll
sure.
see.
No,
Yeah.
but, I mean Xbox has already, or Microsoft has already become the brand that they don't want to make gaming exclusive. They want to make it inclusive. So even though they bought Bethesda, there is no release.
They didn't want to commit to not having any new IPs
Yeah.
being exclusives. So they could make any new IP exclusive, but all the current stuff they said it's going to go for all systems.
And some of their AAA titles are going to straight to Game Pass. You're not even going to worry about paying for it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying it's like I don't see how.
Or I mean, PlayStation's going to just have to step up their game
It's just gonna
and make their
slaughter.
PS. It's PS Now, right?
Yeah, it's
yeah,
PS
yeah.
now, yeah, which sucks.
But they're gonna eventually, because you're gonna fall into times. You're either gonna become the new Netflix, or you're gonna try to compete like Hulu
Basically,
and beat it. its
that's
own
their
thing.
way of trying to be Netflix.
Yeah.
I just my only thing is I feel like it's too cheap.
Don't say
Because
that.
AAA games.
Microsoft is
are-
not too
are-
cheap. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, but because like the amount of AAA games costing, like they're saying it's gonna be like $70
Yeah.
for freaking new games. Like
Well, do you remember the last time the price increase happened
a
for
long
video
time
games?
ago, but it doesn't matter
It's
because
been 15 years.
yeah, but they're saving so much money because everything's digital now. They don't have to go through the whole.
Yeah, but then you
production
have,
line.
the whole production, but games aren't taking a year to develop anymore.
Really Call of Duty,
Okay.
Madden.
Takes 3 months.
Listen,
Just a reset.
I'll never buy those games.
Football, like come on, there's so many of them. They're fucking like.
I get all my EA games for free through Game Pass.
Yeah, I know. Fuck you.
But it comes down to the simple fact that like those games, yes,
Yeah.
those games like I don't buy them anyway because I can't play sports games.
Yeah.
But you want to tell me the whole big thing right now with Cyberpunk, the fact everyone's so mad it's glitchy for last generation consoles,
Well, they already said that they're refunding everybody on the
which
last
is
gen.
dumb because this has happened twice before within the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Happened with No Man's Sky and happened with Fallout 76. And within their first big updates, and I'm not talking about like their day one patches or their 1 week or 1 month patches. I'm talking about like it was maybe 6 months down the line, they put an overhaul into the game. And that
Yeah.
overhaul
Fixes
spiked up 76 by adding actual story to the game for people to play.
Nah, we don't need story.
Fuck you, I love story. And then No Man's Sky, I never actually played it, but I know that game has skyrocketed since.
Ah,
Like you've gotten more to do. Like
the
they,
problem is the fandom pushed them to push it out. They
which
really
is going to
should-
happen with every game.
It should have just
Yeah.
been waited for the next system. But the
Yeah, but
problem
then you're
is
going to hear
with them,
fandom again.
They kept pushing since 2012.
But that's going to happen. That's happened with Cyberpunk. But now you got years of developments in the games. If I got to sit there and
Not many. Not
And at that point, it's also shareholders pushing.
I
Like,
was
we
gonna
need
say-
some form of a dividend for something that
it
we've
really
sunk money
depends
into.
because like Cyberpunk, I bet you're saying, oh, there's years and years. It's probably only like 3 guys. That's the only reason it takes so long. When you go into like if you go
but
into
that's
a
even more
major-
impressive. That's the 3 guys. To
Yeah,
do that
but
game.
you understand what I'm trying to say? But you go into like a major studio, you're cranking, like you get a AAA title, it's got to be out within 2 years. If it's not out in 2 years, they just squash it and they move on. They'll just eat the losses and move on to the
Well,
next.
Or
what
they'll
happened
just
with
use the
Final
assets for another game.
Yeah. So it's not like the games don't take as long anymore. That's just because they just throw a shit ton of resources at them.
But all right, so
But the problem is the good games are the ones who are developed by smaller teams who actually give a fuck about their product, which is what Blizzard used to be. now it's fucking corporate America.
what defines a good game for you? Like what for you to want to buy a game? What does it have to be?
God.
No, for me, it's literally I want to be able to at least get
I'm
60 hours worth of play. If I can get 60 hours, that means that when I bought that game for $60, I paid for $1 an hour for playing. And if I go anything above that, if I go 61 hours, the game was fantastic because I got my money's worth.
Guys, money's worth out of that, yo.
Because hell, you watch a movie in Marvel for 2.5 hours for $20, you're paying $10 an hour for enjoyment.
Well, I'm not getting $60 hours out of the freaking NFL game I just bought. I can tell you that.
That's on you.
I can tell you that right now.
That's on you for buying it.
I'm
then.
pretty much out after this franchise season because holy shit, this game sucks. Yeah, you bastards.
So anyway, so this is actually.
Shut up. Oh, I got nothing. Okay.
It's got nothing.
So again, this is another time we see a game that is a remake of the original take the best game of the year award category.
Which doesn't, it makes sense to me. I mean, it comes down to the simple fact of name. It comes down to the fact that it has a following already.
Well, there's none of the other ones. Yeah.
So then, do we start seeing the same thing that happened with movies happen in video games,
Yes.
where we're just going to start churning out remakes
Yes.
for all the old school classics?
Yes.
They remastered. Yeah, that's like the biggest thing in.
They
the
just
gaming industry,
remastered how
is
many
yeah.
PlayStation 1 games?
Well, that
Crash.
was also Sony's doing.
They
Yeah,
did
but
StarCraft.
it doesn't.
They did
Sony's also a film production
Warcraft.
company, is it not?
That is true.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
So they're just following the blueprint that is already successful.
Well, it makes some money. They're not going to follow like they'll make their money and then they'll make their money on 3 games that are remakes.
Yeah.
To make one stab at a game that could possibly make a break.
Well, the
And if it
problem
can't
is-
make a break, then they eat their losses with those remakes.
The problem is the remake does not take. You don't need a large team. It's like a small team to remake it, and it's a cash cow for them. It's literally a cash cow.
All right, we're gonna have to bust this through because we got how many more awards, and we got 12 minutes to get through this.
No, we're slotted till 8:30.
Oh, okay. We're
slotted
an
till
hour and a
8:30.
half. I thought it was an hour. Okay. Our next one is Best Action Adventure Game. Assassin's Creed. Which one was that?
Valhalla.
Really? Valhalla was already put in there.
That was put
Okay.
in because the release date was before the cutoff. Well,
Okay.
I think it was like a day before the cutoff.
Ghost of Tsushima, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Ori, Star Wars: The Fallen Order, and Last of Us 2.
Now, Gibby, as we've gone to you in the past, what is your prediction on the game that won this?
I hope to God Star Wars.
You were
because it's
wrong.
Star
Not.
Wars. No,
It was not.
Star Wars won.
So
Fuck you guys.
So what would be your next guess?
I was gonna say Assassin's Creed.
Nope.
Nope.
It was The
Really?
Last of Us 2.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my
For
God.
best action adventure game.
I can see it but a lot of people hated that game.
Well, a lot of the keyboard warriors
But
hated that game.
There was, but I
But if
guess,
you look at
yeah,
it from
the
an
sales,
action-
the sales and stuff probably
Yeah.
really went. Yeah.
If you look at the sales and if you look at the category best action adventure game, you are in a dystopian future, right?
Yeah.
You are battling, I'm assuming, zombies. I've never played the series. I don't know. Tyler, please correct me if I'm wrong.
That's right, Tyler. We know you're watching.
We hope you're watching.
I hope so.
No, I mean you also build off of the first one. The first one, which did so well,
Yeah.
which based itself off a girl who had the cure to the. It is a zombie game.
Okay, yes.
She was. No, I don't think it was immune. It was either immune or she had.
It's what's it called?
the
Will
G-
Smith one.
I Am Legend.
That's it. Yeah, I Am Legend.
So
I found it.
It went off of that, and it went into a whole new
Butterfly.
system of. You're no longer following the guy who was protecting her in the first one. You're now following her with another accomplice because, spoiler alert, for the first one, the guy dies. I forget his name, but he dies. And now you're following, I think her name is Ellie, I believe. I could be wrong. I'm sure if Tyler's in there, he will definitely correct me. But that one won, and it was, apparently there were story plot holes that the main fan base, the ones who really followed and loved the first one for what it was as a story, did not like in the second one.
Yeah.
They didn't say it took away from the game. They didn't say it took away from its gameplay. They just said the story in which there were plot holes they didn't enjoy.
Yeah.
The other games in there were Assassin's Creed Valhalla,
Which I've sunk 50 hours into thus far.
So almost $1 an hour.
Yeah,
It's
it's great.
It's almost
I
there.
got it
It's
for a break-
almost a great game.
Wait.
It's not a great game yet.
No,
It
no,
is. Wait,
fantastic.
wait, listen.
You say
Almost.
fantastic.
I got it for a birthday gift, so it's phenomenal, baby, because it's free 99.
Yeah, there we go. Free.
But it's dystopian future, because that's what Assassin's Creed's all about. Haha, taking one for Last of Us. Fuck you, Last of Us. And you're also playing as a Viking, which is dope. But other than that, so far, I mean, it's gone back to its original roots of what Assassin's Creed games used to be.
Yeah.
It's not really focusing on. This one's way more open world and way more immersive than the first three were, which I still love the first three because it was practically just about sneaking and killing, which is great.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit of mixture of sneaking and killing and just being a blunt force Viking.
Blunt force trauma.
The second one,
Ghost of Tsushima, I never actually played, but I watched
No, I never
videos
played
of. The game is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, its art and everything in it is fantastic. Basement Protocol's own Eric Barrezo played the game, and he considers it one of his favorite games he's ever played.
It doesn't say much though.
Well,
doesn't
no,
say-
considering how much that guy complains. Eric, we love you. He is our negative Nancy of the group.
He
might get-
hasn't been negative about the game.
He might
Yeah.
get a game once every 10 years.
No,
but
no,
that's-
he plays Titanfall. Or
And he
Apex
plays
with you
Apex.
guys. Yeah, he plays Apex with you guys.
is free, so that doesn't count.
but
And he plays the Warzone 2, which is free.
Right
Doesn't
after
count.
that is Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Which,
Yeah.
did you get, by the way, producers?
Yes, he got it. And he bitched.
It's still in the plastic. Move on.
That's
Okay.
right. That's
Okay.
right.
That game was originally, I believe, slotted as a DLC for
Yeah.
the
I think
original.
From
Like
what I
a 20-hour
understand,
DLC extension, right?
No, it's like 4 hours or something, 6 hours.
No, it's closer. It's up in the. It's
Oh.
up. It's double digits.
I thought other people were bitching about it because it was too short.
Because you can
Well,
run
it's
it.
too short,
You
but
can
it's-
run it.
It's a $40 game with 20 hours worth of gameplay. Because I mean, then again, you're just Spider-Man running around the city like every
Yeah.
other Spider-Man game is.
Whee!
Ori was the next one.
Never heard
Which
of
was
it.
is
more of
its-
an indie.
It is an indie developer. It's their
good
I believe
indies.
this is their second game,
game.
that got the nomination, not the first
my
game.
god.
I never actually played it. It was more of a side scroller, I believe. Its art style again is beautiful. It's really weird, but a lot of these games on here had beautiful art styles and beautiful looks.
the next one after that was Star Wars Fallen Order.
Which I actually just downloaded because it was an EA game and I got it for free. So I started playing. Yeah, no, right?
Again, keep plugging free
Yeah.
EA games on
Free
Xbox.
games, yay.
Maybe we'll get a free
Yeah.
Xbox to the basement.
I played it. I bought it. $60, maybe 3 hours in it. Then gave up.
I got it for free 99,
Yeah.
maybe 3 hours in it.
Yeah, it's not
But-
not my game play.
The Dace Man did stream it, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
For a week.
As per my usual streaming schedule, I did one day of it and then never returned to it.
That's right.
But he did start it off.
Yeah.
Its gameplay is shorter than most liked, but overall it added to the story. But it's not canon. It is
Yeah.
not Star
not?
Wars canon, no.
I thought it ties in with Death Star Killer Base.
But Star Killer's not canon.
It's not canon.
Like the thing that's
It
in
could-
the
look,
first
it-
of the.
It could be
Previous,
canon. It
the-
could be canon, but we don't know yet.
It has the Star Wars name, but doesn't mean it's part of the It's not part of the Star Wars cinematic universe.
I thought it
Hey,
takes place
As
before.
per the Washington Post, Jedi Fallen Order is canon in the
Yeah.
Star Wars universe.
Yeah,
It
that's,
is?
that's what I was saying. It
Oh,
takes
is it?
place
Okay.
prior to
Oh, my
Finn
bad.
deserting his stormtrooper position.
Okay.
It's as they're building that Star Killer base.
And for those of you listening, this is what a producer does. He Googles it so you don't have to. Remember when you used to do that, Frank?
We should probably. Yeah, you know what would be a great idea is to get a second
Damn.
screen up here so whatever you're Googling, we see.
Nah.
I could, but I was doing it on my phone.
Oh. All right, fair enough. All right.
I just have to get a second screen over there.
But yeah, best action adventure game went to Last of Us 2. I mean, rightfully so. It was a game that was worth it. It was a game that did a good amount. For a lot of people, it wasn't the greatest, but
Nah.
it made its sales. It made what it needed to do.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It took off like a rocket, but that's just because of the first one.
Yeah. All right. Our next is best action, which is really weird because We went from best action adventure to best action.
Which is what we were talking pre-show. My issue with some of these categories, especially when we get closer to the back half, it's literally the same category,
I hope
just
we're more than
worded
halfway through at this point.
worded differently.
We're here, and we got to there.
All right, we're not too far off.
We're not too far away. Considering, like I said, the back half is literally this. We're gonna be saying the same thing over and over again.
All right,
So,
go ahead.
which was going to be, we don't have to explain the game again.
Best action went to Doom Eternal, Hades, Half-Life, Neo 2, and Streets of Rage 4.
What the fuck is Hades?
Hades was an
Nintendo
indie.
game.
Was it? I thought it was an indie.
I don't know. I mean, as in it went on the Switch.
Oh yeah.
I assume Doom had to win that category.
It
No.
did not.
Really?
Really?
No.
That game went to Hades.
I never even heard of it.
It was actually nominated as well. Later on in the segment, you'll hear for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
I never even heard of it.
That was the indie game that got honorable mention
What?
as
What?
Game of the Year.
Which
Yeah.
gives you the simple fact that maybe you should go play it.
Wow.
Give it a shot.
It's not my game
Maybe
style,
stream
but
it this
maybe.
weekend.
Do you even know what the game style is?
If it's an action, it's gonna be a hack and slash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I just assumed that's what an action meant because Doom is Doom's not a.
Well,
hack and
Doom
slash.
again
Doom-
is
You
another.
run around and shoot.
Yeah, there's no tactics, just shoot things.
Doom goes back to the simple effect of it's another remake.
Yeah, it's no. This one I don't.
It's based off a remake.
I don't think it's a remake.
It's not a remake. It's,
not-
based off a remake.
Yeah, it's based off of It might as well be a remake. It's just a fucking copy paste.
I'm like,
But,
what is
yeah.
what is the story behind Doom?
There really is none.
Okay, so
yeah,
it's another game where it has no story, but you're killing demons.
yeah. you're
But
just going
what's
around
better
fucking
than killing
shit,
Nazi demons as
Wait,
best
there are
action?
Nazis in that? This one?
Doom?
I thought that was
I was
Wolfenstein.
gonna say I think there's Wolfenstein.
I'm probably
yeah.
confusing the two.
Yeah. Well, that's-
Wolfenstein is about
yeah.
killing Nazi zombies,
That's sort of
which is in Call of Duty again. We're
Yes.
going full circle.
Yeah.
That's
But
what we do here at Basement Protocol. Full circle all the time.
these other games I never actually played either. I'm more of an RPG guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't do it, man. They drive me
Although,
nuts.
what is Streets of Rage 4? My sister keeps talking to me about Streets
No
of
idea.
Rage. I'm like, she goes, yeah, you've played it before. I go, no, I haven't.
Hey producers, can we get something there? And can we also get moderation on that chat?
Yeah, I have no idea what they
Bad
just
Hammer.
said.
Bad Hammer.
Oh, I want to buy.
Want to become famous?
Buy all the
It's
stock.
clearly because we have Spank Bank up there and Pornhub. That's why they came in here.
They're like, buy our premium OnlyFans account. Little did you know, you can go to Dace Man SC14 to get all your OnlyFans needs.
All right. But
Do it.
You absolutely butchered that link. Daceman S14. What did you say?
Dace Man SC14.
It's just the Daceman
I'm gonna get a
14.
drink real quick.
Okay.
Butchered it.
Did I?
No, I'll take one too. No, absolutely not.
So-
Jesus criminy.
What are we talking about?
What happened to your beard?
What happened?
It just falls off from time to time.
Damn.
I mulch like a bird.
Changed clothing and everything. Wow.
So, anyway,
Lost some
so.
weight.
Oh, wow.
NWO bet.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
I want a blood test.
Yes, yeah.
It needs to match what the blood matched in November.
So, games and stuff we're talking about.
I'll just take this now.
You're,
Yeah,
you're back.
exactly.
Oh.
It's gone. It's
That's
gone.
how pay-per-view battles begin.
Oh, let's do it. Do
Conor
it.
McGregor, Jake Paul, let's go. Back in
Paul
action.
apparently beat the shit out of somebody.
His Conor McGregor's trainer.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? I'm like, is this really happening right now? It had to be staged. No, it
No.
had to be.
No, he's trying his hardest. His McGregor seems not gonna. But this isn't video game news.
It sort of is.
Well, we'll go to it at the back half. If we have enough time
Yeah.
to kill, we'll circle back to it.
All right,
Yeah.
but we're gonna digress away
Yeah, we're
from
good.
best action since, unfortunately, we are not the greatest guys, but we are reporting it for you. But so the winner was Hades.
Yep.
It is a Nintendo Switch game that I'll probably be getting in the near future.
Never heard of it.
So we're moving on to best VR games. So what VR games have you heard of coming out this year?
The Saber one? Did that come out this year?
No, that was like
Beat Saber? No.
3 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago.
I'm done. I'm out.
So Half-Life Alexa.
Oh my god. Please tell me Star Wars won this one.
The Squadrons?
Squadrons.
It did not win, but you
Oh
knew
my
it.
God.
You knew it though. I'm
Wait,
so
wait.
proud of you. You
How
are a
did that
gamer.
not win?
Listen to the rest of the games. So Star Wars Squadron,
Yep.
Iron Man, The Walking Dead, Saints and
Iron
Sinners,
I thought that came out like 2 years ago.
It was announced 2 years ago. Finally, fully
Oh.
came out this year.
A game called Dream, and then Half-Life Alexa, right?
Or Alex.
Alex.
It's Alex. With an A. Spelled weird.
Is it Half-Life win?
Yes.
Half-Life. Are
Yeah.
you fucking
That was
kidding me?
that was their.
Because you can actually grab a marker and write on the board with the marker.
Shut up! Oh my! Did you guys act?
What? Go say it. Say it. Don't drink. Say it. Be a man and
Just so
say
you
it.
guys know, the fanboy is upset.
I'm just saying that is the one thing EA did right.
It's definitely not Battlefront 2.
Fuck!
Don't you play Apex Legends on a regular
Yes,
basis?
he
That's
does.
EA.
I haven't played that in forever. I did sub up for
More than me.
So, I mean, he's upset about the Star Wars Squadron. Didn't
That
win.
is amazing.
But it still got nominated. It's still up there as one of the best.
'Cause
But this genre is not too
I'm actually
widely.
debating whether I want to get it for the computer specifically to set up the actual VR for it.
Well, I'm gonna say that this is where this one comes into contention, as in, not many people are having the VR capabilities to play this.
That game, no. That game, because I think the only way you could play VR on that, I think you could do it on the PlayStation, but
Can you do it
it's
on the Oculus or not?
extremely limited because you still have to use the controller. You can't use like the actual.
Yeah.
But on a computer, you can literally fucking set that shit up crazy.
Well, you can also spend $20,000 on a computer.
You almost spend more to get all the fucking.
I
bells and
know,
whistles
I
for
know.
it, which I would do for that game if I had any faith that it would actually last.
That's not the only thing that he's going to be watching on that VR capabilities.
Hey! You
So-
get it for $10.
Oh, good God. But other than that, I mean, I can't really talk too much because I was never able to play these games.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us have VR capabilities.
Well, there is one of us that has VR capabilities.
I didn't think I was supposed to be in this segment.
Yes, you are.
You're a producer, so we're going to keep yelling at you.
Yeah.
That's fair. I haven't touched it since I bought it.
Really?
To be fair. So, do you have any interest in buying the Iron Man one?
Oh, I bought it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So, guys, in a
Guy
future
over
episode, I'm going to come in here and hijack it, and I'm going to be fucking Iron Man.
I got Vader Immortal too.
I hate you.
Let's go.
Why do you hate me? You've been here every
This
week.
is
I had no idea. you
This
had
is
that.
great stream material that we
Yeah.
can use in upcoming
Well,
streams.
I'm thinking we should have a VR spot then for the Gameathon.
We could,
block.
but somebody just tore apart the station.
But isn't it on?
All right, as I digress, guys, you guys check back with us during the Daystacular Gameathon, and hopefully we'll have some VR capabilities then. From here, we're going on to mobile games.
So, without even saying it, what would be your number one mobile game of the year?
He's not going to get any of these.
I think he's
this
gonna,
year.
this year. Yeah,
He's not going to get it.
he's going to get it.
No, he's not.
He's going to get it.
This year. I have no idea. Farming Sim 20?
Nope.
No?
So we have.
It's gotta be on the list, right?
Remember, COD Mobile came out.
Oh, that's right. No, it didn't.
Yes, it
COD
did.
Mobile came out this
Wasn't
year.
that last year?
No.
Nope.
I think the Warzone one came out this year.
Probably, but COD Mobile's on the list. We have Genshin Impact, which
What?
is anime weeaboo Breath of the Wild.
Stupid anime.
It has a
crap.
following, man.
It does.
I know, because they all do.
Because it's
It's
anime
weird,
weeaboo wife. We also have Legends of Rutana.
Among Us.
Among Us 1.
It's gotta be it. But
There
that's
we
not,
go.
Wait,
It was
that's
released-
been in there for a while, though, hasn't it?
I don't think it's been mobile for a while. I'm not sure. I
Mobile
really don't know.
probably came
Yeah.
out this year.
As soon as you started saying that, I was like, wait, it's gotta be Among Us.
And then Pokemon Cafe Mix was also part of that, where you could bake with your Pokemon.
Actually, I'm surprised. Didn't the Harry Potter one just come out?
The VR one?
Yeah, where
Yeah.
you go through
Did
the
it? That came out this year, yeah.
the school or whatever.
I did not know, but no. But those are our mobile games that were nominated this year. It's funny. It's actually really weird. Can you tell me what the biggest demographic is in gaming nowadays?
The biggest demographic is probably kids
We've
between
talked
like
about this.
5 to 10.
Wrong.
Mobile gaming.
It's mobile
who-
game, yeah.
yeah, but
It's
who-
just,
who's the
young-
demographic?
you said-
Oh, mid-teens.
Wrong. Middle-aged women.
Huh.
They're the So guess what? All those people who said girls aren't gamers now can say that the biggest demographic in gaming is middle-aged women who are playing Candy Crush and who are on level 1034. Because they sit there and play that game, or they play solitaire, or they play other...
I was just gonna say, because of your phone, I can see it.
Yeah.
But that's,
And do
I
you know?
don't consider them true gamers.
But it doesn't
But
matter.
wait, do you know who
That's still
owns?
the genre.
That's them just sitting, taking a poop.
Better yet, do you know who owns Candy Crush?
10 cent.
King?
But who owns that? You know who owns that company?
10 cent.
No,
China.
no. Blizzard.
Yeah, 10 cent.
Yeah, Blizzard owns Candy Crush.
10 cent. No, it's 10 cent owns.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Tencent owns 10% of Blizzard. It's not a majority shareholder.
They own like 40% of them.
You
They
all
own
came in at different
Activision.
levels. Jarrett came in at the very close level with King, and then he said Jizzard, which was the next level, and then you said Tencent, the man behind the mask.
Yeah, that's literally the one that's running everything. They own almost everything in the mobile industry.
Chad,
So-
just so you know, I totally farted during that entire thing.
You know
That's
how
what
Cheever
people
just
heard.
told you no when you're standing in the center?
Yeah.
That's how it feels.
But yeah, Tencent owns pretty much the entire
Mobile gaming
mobile
industry.
game
Yeah.
industry. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
But
They're
but
the only reason COD Mobile even got into freaking China. It's ridiculous.
Like I care.
Well, it just drives me crazy.
I'm an American. I care about American issues.
Well, then you allow an American company to be sold to China. I'm just
Man,
saying.
We're derailing it.
Oh yeah, I allowed it. You know, and I was like, I was part of those trade discussions. They were like, Jarrett, man, what's your opinion here?
I own a fraction of a share. And they asked
Yeah.
me personally.
Yeah.
And I said, sell the fucker.
Yeah.
All right, but
'Cause that happened in what? That happened 4 years after WoW came out. They fucking that.
All right, so we're gonna continue on to
Because
best
that
indie.
is a pattern
Now I'm going into
discussion.
major. Yeah, I was gonna say we're going to major fanboy.
all right, we're going to best indie game.
Best indie game.
We have Carry On, Fall Guys,
Okay.
Hades,
Well-
Splunky 2,
Spelunky!
What?
and Spirit
Wait a minute.
Fair.
Splunky is
Indie.
an indie game?
Yes, it is.
I thought Nintendo made that.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh shit.
Nintendo sponsors the ever-loving shit
I
out
was
of
gonna
it.
say, yeah, the way they sponsor that game, I would have. Oh wow, I did not know that.
All right, so what's your pick for
That's
Best
gotta
indie.
be the best indie on Nintendo system, then, right? It's
No.
probably one of. No.
Nope.
Oh, hate.
There we
damn
go. It clicked. It
Yeah,
clicked
it did.
mid-sentence.
Oh, and I'm just like, wait a minute.
Nope, Hades. Hades
'Cause
won
it's
that
fresh.
one out.
Which it doesn't surprise me that 1, 2, and I'm assuming I don't know.
Carry On. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm also not sure about
Spirit Fair. I want to assume they might be Nintendo games, but I could be wrong.
Well, Nintendo is one of the biggest publishers for indie games.
Yeah.
They just
Well,
had a
they-
showcase
they
of
really
the 2019 or
they-
2020.
They switched their mantra.
Yeah.
Well, they're not, they already have their IPs. They're not going to need a new IP forever.
Well, no, I mean before all the other systems, there was like almost no indie games on any of them.
Oh, no.
The Switch is the first one. They actually decided to turn away and actually push more to the like
Well,
they're
so-
actually giving people the boxes and stuff to actually start developing on their system, which has never happened before.
So, but yeah,
But Hades won yet again, like we said earlier in this.
I might have to play it now. I don't know what it is, but I might have to play it if it won all this shit.
We don't know many of these games, unfortunately, or at least I have not played them. I can't really
Yeah.
speak on them. If you guys have anything to say, or we'll just move on.
I think we should move on to
Splunky's fun.
best ongoing games. So this is games that have came out previously,
World
but
of
they've got
Warcraft.
major updates recently in 2020.
And you have this
World
is
of
the
Warcraft
biggest.
isn't in there. That'd be a
This
little
is the
upsetting.
biggest.
It isn't.
It is not in there, but I think you're going to like the choices in the game.
How?
All right, listen.
You have Apex.
How is
That's-
that? What?
It's
What?
It's in season 7 now.
Yeah.
So ongoing meaning they started earlier, but now they're. It's not like the publisher left them to dry. That they're still creating new content for it.
Yep. So you have Apex,
Bullshit.
Destiny 2,
Bullshit.
Call of Duty Warzone.
Bullshit.
You have Fortnite
Oh my god.
No Man's
and
Sky.
No Man's Sky.
This is Fortnite. I
And
swear
this
to
one,
God.
this
No,
actually
not.
did not
Thank
surprise
God.
me.
Thank
When I
God.
looked-
It is
when I-
No Man's Sky.
It is No Man's Sky because they finally fulfilled what they promised.
I
in
might
that
have had to
game.
walk away
Only
if they
two.
fucking that game
Like
won.
I said, to the extent of games are going to have their problems, especially when they're pushed out quicker than projected. If you tell me I'm going to push out a piece of artwork in 20 minutes, it takes me 3 hours. And that's the same aspect of, guess what? It wasn't going to be ready in time. I needed more time. You're going to be upset, but I'm producing a better product. But they pushed it out. They gave those who were disliked and hated their game their full refund.
Back, yeah.
And I think they refunded the game. Like, the game got taken off.
No, they gave them the full credit.
Yeah.
And, but, like I said, for those other games that come out with crap or with other things that are bad, the developers know that it's bad. And then maybe not a week, maybe not a day, maybe not a month. But somewhere down the line, they'll do an overhaul where the game is no longer where it was when it first released. Where it is that playable game and where people are going to completely and utterly enjoy it. Which is what happened here.
Which is, that always drives me nuts. I'd rather than just keep it shelved until it's actually ready to be released. Because it drives me crazy when shit
that ain't
like
the world
that.
we live in.
But I get it. There's a ton of people out there who are fucking impatient and it's just, I want the shit now world that we live in.
But other than that, I mean, Fortnite has been a phenomenon for kids. It's going to be there.
Fucking game. I keep trying and it's just, I don't.
It's Apex, but cartoony.
It
was before Apex.
The building the thing is the thing that drives me nuts with it.
It was before Apex, though. Apex would never have been a thing without Fortnite.
Yeah. And what came first?
PUBG. H1Z1?
Yeah.
Well, you know what came before? No, you're actually wrong.
You guys are
You're
not
actually
anything.
DayZ, motherfucker.
I was gonna say DayZ.
DayZ, modded DayZ, because there's an actual 2-hour fucking video that I can send you on this.
Is
But he is right.
Challenge me, motherfucker. DayZ started.
I
all
don't care
of
how
it.
hipster you want to get with I like this shit before it was cool. Nobody gave a shit about those, so they're hardly relevant.
Hey,
Well,
Dace,
yeah.
Dace, can we look up first Battle
Well-
Royale game?
So that's all the real point.
DayZ.
We'll see.
DayZ.
I just wanted to piss them off.
The first Battle Royale game was Dungeons and Dragons. You all suck.
Oh, that is a true statement. I will humbly bow down to that.
Damn, that's actually sadly true.
Yeah.
All right, so
Damn, they were making
Anybody-
battle royales back in the 70s.
just so we've had for record, I challenged Cheever and I won. I didn't know what it was, but I knew it wasn't the first. All right.
For video games, but if we're classifying video games, not to be a sore loser or anything.
But most, okay.
I bet you there probably is other ones out there
But
that
three
are
of these-
classified as it, but I just can't.
But
think
DayZ is
of
the most iconic that's separated.
that's what started it.
As your producer, I have the results.
Okay.
Yes.
So in 2012, DayZ actually released a mod which turned it more Battle Royale style. However, 1 year later, PUBG was released. So technically, PUBG was the first game based around Battle Royale.
Huh?
Wait, H1Z
Is a modification. It is a mod to DayZ. Or, yeah.
But didn't I?
It wasn't its own game. It was a mod.
Yeah, it was
because
modded DayZ. So I classify DayZ as the first.
Yeah, I guess.
So PUBG.
Yeah, because when DayZ defined, because there's a 2-hour thing I can send you.
Okay,
Because
interesting.
DayZ went a different route, and they finally went, this is the full thing instead of
I
the
know.
modded version of Arma 2.
All right, wait.
DayZ's
This will be a
actually
nice
completely
pot of
different,
nerd.
but
It
yeah.
is.
We're going to
Yeah.
continue on to the fact that just for best ongoing,
3 of them are Battle Royales, which is one of the most popular genres right
Yep.
now.
They're all
Destiny
free.
2, which is a grinding game.
Yep.
Yeah, it's basically Diablo, but a first-person shooter.
And that was what? That was Microsoft's newest IP
Yes, it
without
was.
being their own IP.
Yeah, but it's hosted by fucking Blizzard.
All right. Next on, we
Yes,
have
that's-
innovation.
So this category was the game that had the most inclusivity to it. So colorblindness, being able to play the game with a special modified controller, being able to make those adjustments.
so we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla,
Yep.
Hyperdot,
Yep.
Watch Dogs,
Legions.
Okay.
It is Legions, yeah.
Grounded and Last of Us 2.
Probably Last of Us
It
too.
was.
Yes, it was.
What?
Which makes no sense.
No,
to
it
me.
does. Hold on. Dace, as I was
Yeah.
listening to a podcast previous to this, can you look up the reason that Last of Us 2 won most inclusivity? They had one aspect of it where it was like,
It's probably because the girl is.
no.
No. It's actual gameplay mechanics.
Yeah, it's something within the game itself that was actually.
Allow people with no hands and no feet to actually play the game.
But we
Just
have
by
3 more
speaking.
We have 3 more topics to get through, and we have 3 more. Three more with 5 minutes each.
Go ahead,
So
my friend.
once we get back from our producer, I'll say what the actual reason why it won.
But next we have Best Narrative, which is
Narrative.
13 Sentinels, Final Fantasy VII, Ghost of Tsushima,
Hades, and The Last of Us 2.
It's gotta be Hades since they won every fucking thing else.
No, it's Last of Us 2.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Which I said, which was not what most people are upset with the
I was
story.
gonna say that one's
but-
gonna be kind of shocking since people didn't like the story that much. Yes.
Exactly.
So The Last of Us 2 won the most inclusive because of the trans storyline that
Thank
was
you.
in it.
Oh,
That's
was
exactly
okay.
what I said.
I thought there was
Yeah.
a mechanic in there that they were really inclusive to disabled, some type of disabled person. I don't know what their disability was.
Yeah,
It
you.
had something to do with the character Lev.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lev.
Okay.
That's the only reason I could have thought that game.
I was misinformed.
Well, I mean, that's weird because it's funny. In Assassin's Creed, you can there's 3 options you can pick. You can pick female character, you can pick male character, and then it also has one where the game will, depending on who you're talking to, will switch your gender in the midst of the game.
I'm non-binary, thank you.
Yeah, they actually made a non-binary option.
That's actually
To
pretty
where,
cool.
like, there are
Yeah.
people who are gender fluid who, like, believe that one day that they are male while the next day they are female.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's inclusive enough in a video game to where it's simple enough to put in there.
Yeah.
Next, after Best Narrative, which The Last of Us 2 won, we have Best Game Direction, which is Final Fantasy VII, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life,
And The Last of Us 2.
The difference between Hades or Last of Us 2 is the problem.
Pick
I'm
one.
oh,
You gotta pick one.
Hades.
You're
Hades,
wrong.
you're wrong. It's Last of Us 2.
So-
Fuck you guys. This is bullshit.
And we don't really have to go into those games again. We already know what they're about.
Except Hades. I have no idea what Hades is about.
No, neither do I.
But we can't. We already tried to talk about it. Can't.
They're the ones that they're cranking out stuff, and yeah, we have no idea.
Game of the year. So this is the overall game.
Among
This-
us.
This is the point where it's no matter what, you're gonna see the games that are all on here somehow have a Game of Year edition with all their DLC.
IGN Game of the Year.
Right.
So we have Doom Eternal,
Doom and Turtle.
Final Fantasy VII,
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing, and The Last of Us 2. Who is it where you thought it was?
I mean, I would have normally guessed Last of Us at that point since they're winning all the other stuff, but.
And that's
That
who
is
won.
it.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I have a big problem with it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
Go
my
for
friend.
it.
This is where I've been waiting.
My pre-production notice was let Jared rip this apart. So
Well,
the floor is all
It's
yours.
not a rip apart. It more comes down to the simple fact that there's probably been no time before this where a casual, family-oriented game on Nintendo could have come away with Game of the Year. What this one was, Animal Crossing,
Animal
sold
Crossing
out its
would have been
console.
Pretty good.
It sold out its regular console and it sold out its light console. It had people trying to wait for stores to restock during a global pandemic where you're not allowed to go out, but people were rushing out to go get this. It gave people an escape. It gave kids an escape away from reality.
And adults. And
Yeah.
adults at the same time.
But I'm still gonna go with like timing wise. Like if there wasn't a pandemic, I don't know if
But
it
that's
would have
fine.
did that well.
But it did do that well. It got those sales.
It
It drove
did.
Nintendo's stock like crazy. And it's been a staple in pop culture. It was a staple with Doom Eternal.
I mean,
Doom
I get
Eternal
it.
and Nintendo had a running joke where
It's a good argument. I will give you that one.
it comes down to the simple fact like you didn't have to give it to the game that there were barely any bad commentary on it. There wasn't like this game sucks. There wasn't I didn't like the story.
Oh, yeah, everyone loved that game.
So it came down to the fact that it sold ridiculous. It sold its console ridiculous. The Last of Us 2, I'm not saying it's a bad game, but I'm saying that this game outweighs it for the simple fact that
Well, it's a couple reasons. One, it's cross-platforms, so it's gonna be easier to get a game of the year when.
which game is cross-platform?
Isn't Last of Us cross-platform?
No, that's
Not an
Sony.
exclusive.
Oh, it is.
That's Sony exclusive.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that
And there's no multiplayer. It's a single player storyline.
So you want to tell me I could put in I put in hundreds of hours on Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me I could try to put in hundreds of hours on The Last of Us 2? I'm not gonna see a different story happen.
I don't.
There's
know.
no replayability.
I don't know anything about I don't know anything about Last of Us, unfortunately.
So unfortunately for me, it's nothing against The Last of Us 2. It more
Yeah.
comes down to the simple fact that I think this award should have went somewhere else for the fact of sales alone. Like, what was the last game you could think of that sold its console out?
Halo.
Okay? And how long ago was that? The 360?
Whatever
the original Xbox.
The original Xbox did it. They did it for every single one of their systems.
Except for the this one.
Yeah.
Because they didn't release Halo.
They didn't release Halo with it. Yeah. But they released Halo with that one. That would have sold out immediately.
I mean, they already sold out immediately.
Well,
that's
I mean,
but that's a different scenario because of COVID.
But
so
like this is not like
it's
not like the Switch came out and then Animal Crossing came out. It's
I mean,
the Switch has been out.
Well,
and they should have had enough stock, but then this game sold, and then they sold the fuck out of it. You lost your inventory.
You lost your inventory, but they wouldn't have had the stock for it anyway because they wouldn't have. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's not a bad argument.
But that's just my take on the fact that
I just feel like how the world was at that time.
Oh, it gave it
hit at like.
And that's why I'm saying
the perfect storm moment, which is just kind of crazy.
Well, that's why I'm saying this is the only time you could think of that a casual game could be the game of the year.
Could be, yeah.
Like,
I'm just trying to think like what other game was pretty.
What was last year's game of the year?
Hey,
producer.
2019 game of the year.
Talk about something. Fill the day.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
But once he tells us what that is, we'll go off of that. We'll see what it probably some type of action game.
It has to be.
I would
I
almost.
bet you it's conclusive to Sony. I'll put money on it. So it has to do with Sony.
I was gonna say probably Call of Duty.
No way.
It wouldn't be.
Call of Duty hasn't been a game of the year
Call of Duty.
But
what?
Shadows Die Twice.
Is that a PlayStation game? I believe it's.
Yeah, I've never heard it. Yeah.
Oh, it's Activision. Okay, so it's from
Blizzard. God damn it.
But I mean, was it an exclusive or were we all around?
I don't think anything that they do is exclusive. What? What do they have that's exclusive? Exactly. They're all about the fucking cash dollar.
But I don't remember that being on Xbox. To be honest, I don't.
I've never even heard of the game before. So.
No, that's another thing. But that sounds like an action game.
It could be a PC only game.
That's true too. But it sounds like an action game, right? That doesn't sound like something where
it's a samurai game.
Samurai.
But as we God of War PlayStation.
That's PlayStation, yeah.
Which it was a fantastic game. Don't get me wrong. I love God of War 4, which they just announced finally Ragnarok for it, which is going to be fantastic. Yeah. But
so Shadows Die Twice was released on Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in March of 2019.
So that one was actually not exclusive, but the 2018 was,
and then Stadia in 2020.
I'm gonna say it was exclusive for 2018. It was all inclusive for 2019, and it was exclusive for 2020. Which I mean, through what we looked at, I was also going with another exclusive game, which for me it was Animal Crossing was my game of the year.
Yeah.
That is kind of interesting that, I wonder, I bet you exclusive games probably get Game of the Year a lot.
Hey, for 2019, just to let you know, the nominees were that Sekiro game, Control by Ready Entertainment, Death Stranding by Kojima, Resident Evil 2 by Capcom, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and then The Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds is fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Ultimate didn't win.
I'm not, to an extent that Nintendo really doesn't win this.
That
and
is
they also
true,
don't. They don't.
Like,
Nintendo
the
doesn't.
Cult following on that is fucking stupid.
The cult following on it though is small compared to the cult following for Call of Duty.
Or anything else.
Yeah.
So wrapping up.
Family friendly though.
And which is funny. No game of the year really is family friendly. Who like not.
I'm just trying to think of all the other, like, most of the ones that I know of Game of the Year editions. They weren't the actual Game of the Year, but they won one of these random things that they call it Game of the Year.
Well, and it gives them the encompass to put all the DLC in there.
Yeah. Like
Skyrim, I believe Skyrim won it 1 year.
Yeah.
So as we're wrapping this up, so we just wrapped up 2020. What do you see going forward into 2021 for Game of the Year? What game are you most excited for?
Mine's gonna be controversial, but Cyberpunk 2077.
That's fair. No, that's fair. That is
for
fair.
the simple fact that if No Man's Sky and these other games can come back from their glitchiness, this one definitely can, and it's not glitchy on PC.
Well, I was gonna say,
and it's not glitchy on Xbox.
I was gonna say on the next gen systems, it works perfectly. I think
no,
the problem is
PS5 it still has its issues. The only games that it works perfectly on is Xbox Series X. Kind of, it has its problems.
I was gonna say
PC
it has problems,
runs beautifully.
It's not like
but it's not a game-breaking problem. It comes down to just simple, like, I hit pause and it doesn't pause, and I gotta hit pause again, and then it finally pauses.
What?
Like, oh my god, I gotta get it twice.
Yeah.
But in other games, it kind of makes it look like it's back to PlayStation 1 graphics, where we have Lara Croft and her triangle bust. Because the rendering,
man, you gotta love those bust lines.
because the polygons go down to almost nothing just to render the entire game, because it's such a huge game.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. That could be it. I have a feeling I don't think there's gonna be many contenders next year, unfortunately.
Well, no, because there's a lot of productions that stopped
for
the simple fact of Corona. It could come out.
The one that could probably potentially fight that is Halo should be coming out next year,
And that's only if
and that's an exclusive. And
it doesn't get broken. That's only if the game isn't bad, which
we'll
fingers
see.
crossed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think like what else is coming out that's pretty big.
I get it for free.
Lucky you,
Game Pass.
asshole. But
But-
yeah, I don't know if there's anything else really coming out next year.
Not off the top of my head.
mean,
I know we
you know,
listened to the press conferences a while ago, and there were a lot of games announced, but those games announced, I don't believe, were games ready for next year.
Yeah,
Elder Scrolls 6?
there's gonna be a lot of games.
What, in 5 more years?
Yeah.
5 more months?
He's got to finish his, Todd Howard's finishing his what?
Skyrim 5 Remake 3?
He's
No.
gotta finish off his wife first.
Listen, leave Todd Howard alone,
I'm
right?
just saying, man.
I love Bethesda. Leave
It'll
him
take
alone.
at least 5 months.
Well, no, he's making a game. It's a space game. It's a new indie game. He's not an indie, but an IP he's developing, where it's like not StarCraft, but like somewhere in outer space is a new role-playing game, and then he's gonna go to Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
So he's not even like Elder Scrolls 6 had its teaser, which was you going over mountains,
Yeah.
and that's
He's still outlining the storyline.
And it's funny that people call it Skyrim 6, because Skyrim is 5.
Oh, I know.
There's but it'll be the next Elder Scrolls in the series about a new hero.
Is it Morrowind 6?
No,
Oblivion? Is it Oblivion 6?
Oblivion's 4.
Oblivion 6?
Morrowind's
I'm
3.
so hoping for Oblivion 6.
Oblivion 19, please. Can I get an Oblivion 19?
And we are oblivious. Thank you. But those are our games. Those were the awards that won out. This wasn't just some independent.
You know what's gonna come out next year? I'll kill it. Farming Sim 21.
Honestly, that game actually has killed in a lot of their simulators that he's done.
Yeah, because that's 21 should be the next one because it's every other year.
Are we
they
gonna get the
push one out.
Sims 5?
My wife probably will. She's got she bought all the Sims 4 shit.
So did my girlfriend. Don't worry.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
She
My
sits
girlfriend's
there and
obsessed with
plays
Among
it.
Us.
Yeah.
That's her
Which could become the next ongoing.
Yeah.
That could be an ongoing for next year.
Yeah, because they're coming out with a new map sometime.
And it has such hype.
Yeah.
And
Like,
everything they're doing for the second one, they scrap it and putting to the
Yeah,
first one
putting it
again.
in the
So
first one,
it is potential for that category.
But the only thing that's kind of keeping this game alive is no longer the base game. It's kind of doing what DayZ did with H1N1, where it's people modding it
I was gonna
themselves.
say modding it's probably if they can actually like
They do.
literally allow people to mod it, it would actually.
Well, they
probably
do. There
take
people
off.
have been playing modded versions. People
Yeah,
have
but
been-
I mean not modded versions, but like they actually allow you to mod.
oh, like Bethesda has done, which gives you mods in the game.
Well, yeah, it's not like I give it to you, but like you can create the game you create
Yeah.
can be modded, and you get the options to join into them. Yeah.
But that's gonna be my guess if it stays strong. That's gonna be my guess, at least for a nominee for ongoing, along with those battle royale games.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can see all of us play these great games. I know we're going to dive into Hades soon. I'm pretty sure, Jared, you're going to start keying that up for your streams. Daze, I know he streams quite a few times. We got a whole...
Doesn't.
He does. We got...
What?
We're gonna
actually... We got a whole things... A lot of things lined
More
up.
than you in the month of December. Suck it, bitch.
Ow! I saw you stream fucking Sonic. That was hilarious, by the way.
Which got one of our best viewings. So shut up. But we will have I'm coming out with the schedule that we're going to try to hold true to. If you're out there, you want to break into streaming, let me know. Reach out to us either through the Twitter or Facebook.
Or
Be like,
email.
hey, yeah,
What's our email?
We're gonna be doing this for like another hour and a half, aren't we?
We're switching hosts.
yeah, we got to switch around.
Oh, I'm out. Fucking thank God.
All right,
Cheers.
but that's the end of this segment, guys. We're gonna continue on to something else.
We are jumping actually into the Marvel segment. So it's going to
goddamn-
be Jarrett and Dace talking about all the new Marvel stuff that was just recently announced this week. A lot of stuff came out. I know both of them are very hyped to talk about it. And let's go into those reveals. So we'll see you in about 2 minutes.
Iron Man 16, baby.
This spectacular gaming Chronicles is...
What's up, Dace Tacular Nation? Chris the Dace Man Dace back here with Jarrett from Jarrett Gaming, and Frank Ward will be here eventually. Here he comes. There he is.
The sink is too small for my water bottle, so I couldn't fill it up.
Sorry, you want a Gatorade? We got a bitch over there.
Thirsty.
Intern who brings us drinks.
Sure.
Okay, you're fired, intern.
I don't know why I'm stripping too. I just feel the need to take.
I started doing the same thing. But
The
on this
lights are
segment,
on.
we'll be covering Disney Pluses and Disney's major announcements, and specifically Marvel. So the first thing we're going to talk about, because this segment and the next segment is going to take over with Disney announcements, is that Disney Plus will be increasing its price point in March from $6.99 to $7.99.
Fuck. I don't know if the people that own my account will keep paying it. Get out.
Yeah, your segment's over, pal. I'm good. I got my monsters. But I figured that's worth mentioning because a lot of the news that we're going to talk about in this segment and the next segment kind of factors into why they increased $1. They lied. They started increasing their price almost a year and a half after they launched.
I said what? No price increase for 5 years?
Yeah, they were going to price increase for 5 years. We've mentioned that here on the show before. And here we are talking about it now where they're going to release almost 16 months later.
In all fairness, 2020 has kind of felt like 5 years, so...
That's true.
And in all fairness, I mean, if you're going to tell me that you can't afford an extra $12 a month, you probably shouldn't be paying for the streaming service to begin with.
Okay, you don't tell me where to spend my money, all right?
I'm unfortunately stuck in Hulu, and everything increased on Hulu. So
that's just your fault.
that went up to 71. I got rid of Comcast because they can suck a dick! Anyway, first up on the Marvel agenda that we're going to talk about is the Marvel What If series. Now, the What If series is going to be an animated series bringing back all the actors and actresses from the MCU to voice their roles in what if situations. The announcement that came out of their collective conference call was that they will, in fact, be debuting in summer of 2021. So that's next year. During the summer, we'll be getting the What If series,
Yes.
where T'Challa gets picked up by the Guardians of the Galaxy, Captain America's a zombie, Peggy Carter's Captain America, and Howard Stark's Iron Man. So what are your thoughts on that from an initial standpoint?
From the initial standpoint, it's actually all told from the Watcher's perspective.
Yes.
The Watcher's the narrator for this, and he's going through and going, hey, I watch. That's his main role in life, is to never involve himself in any conflicts or anything along the lines, and just observe.
Who is voiced by the actor who plays Bernard in Westworld. I don't know his actor's name, but
Okay.
he's also going to be Commissioner Gordon in the new Batman movie.
I wasn't sure. I thought it was still Steve Rogers as the Iron Patriot, and just Howard's the one who makes the suit. But I could be wrong. I'm not positive.
I thought that was Howard, but I might have missaw it.
I didn't actually look to see who was in the suit. I saw the trailer real quickly, but I thought it was Steve. But it could have been Howard. But and I don't believe he's Iron Man. I think they're actually referring to him as the Iron Patriot.
Okay, that makes sense, especially for the time era,
Yeah.
because it's Peggy Carter will be Captain Britain, I assume, in the 1940s and 1950s. There's no time freezing. She just happens to be. She got the super soldier serum. In other Marvel news that we could talk about, after the Fox deal that went down earlier this year,
I had no opinions on the other thing.
I didn't think you did.
Just to clarify.
That's why we're just rolling right on. But you might have opinions on this.
I was playing with my hair for...
So after the Fox deal that went down earlier this year, Fantastic Four movie rights reverted back to Marvel, and they have announced that Fantastic Four will be getting a movie coming soon. They didn't put a date on it, with the director of John Watts attached. Frank, I'll start with you.
Oh, what?
Did you watch the original two Fantastic Fours?
Yeah, Jessica Alba was naked.
Yes.
I mean, you couldn't see anything, but it was there. It was behind glass.
Did you watch the abomination that was the Fantastic Four third movie?
I did not. Oh,
That's
no,
bad.
I actually did not watch it.
What about the abomination that was Galactus as a cloud?
Sorry.
From the second one?
Sir, I'm talking.
Better than the third one.
I'm talking. This is my turn. I'm talking, Mr. Vice President. All right. That's all I have to say about this matter. Go on.
Street Bulls.
Can you let me finish? Can you let me finish?
That's what my girlfriend says.
Oh.
Other news that came out of the Marvel aspect of the Disney announcement was 5 new projects coming to Disney Plus on top of the stuff they announced back at Comic-Con. The first one they're talking about, we knew that Nick Fury was going to be getting his own series on Disney Plus.
Yes.
They specifically have stated it will be Secret Invasion, which will follow Nick Fury and Talos, the Skrull that's on their side, researching a pocket of Skrulls that may be up to no good.
So it's Secret Wars, but not longer in a movie setting, and we're now going to a TV series.
Yes.
Which is cool, because I've always liked TV series more than movies, because I feel you can get more into it. You can get more story in there. And it's fine if it's not on big screen. And their production value, you already know, if you're watching any of their IPs by themselves, like Mandalorian, it's already fantastic production.
Yeah, and you can watch it naked without getting arrested.
Yeah. He's
That's
not
true.
wrong. Like none of your opinions have been wrong so far.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowledge, proof, and facts.
But Secret Invasion, the interesting note that upon this announcement that I'm curious about is how deep this will run in the MCU. If you've read the comic run of Secret Invasion, it could be any superhero, any character within Marvel, could be a Skrull and be a sleeper agent that's activated at any point.
But if they're saying that the Fantastic Four are coming back, and then we're going to have the Skrulls, that means we're going to have Super Skrull, which means we're going to have the Skrull that has all 4 abilities of all the 4 Fantastic Four members. And I'm pumped.
Yes. So the interesting note is one of the outgoing interviews that happened with the MCU after Avengers Endgame was the fact that the Russo brothers stated they would not come back to Marvel to direct a movie unless it was, in fact, Secret Wars. So there's a...
I missed the key.
Yeah.
I missed the key.
We did eye contact, and we were rocking and rolling.
Secret Wars. Sorry, continue. Get it next time.
But to that point, it'll be interesting to see what they do with the Secret Invasion storyline. No time frame has been announced to when they would air on Disney Plus. Another Disney Plus series that'll be coming down the line is Iron Heart, with Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams, which is the next generation of Iron Man, a part of the Marvel now.
I think we're not allowed to say that anymore.
I don't-
That's
Not the implication you did.
no PC culture, man. That you get canceled with that stuff. You can't do that.
So it's interesting to see that they're actually going to bring in the character of Riri Williams. A lot of
Excited
speculation was that Shuri from the Black Panther was going to be the next quote-unquote Iron Man type character. Frank?
The Secret War. Oh, not that. Damn it.
Any thoughts on a new generation of Iron Man, specifically a African American
Is that Cobalt
teenager
Man?
woman?
Or, oh.
Ironheart.
She's called Ironheart.
Oh, Ironheart. She still have a cool suit?
Yeah.
Does she have breastplates? Because I heard that was a bad thing in something Disney.
Yeah, Mandalorian. They got upset because what's her name? Who's the red hair? She had breast armor, and they're like, wow,
Bo-Katan.
yeah. Why does she have feminine armor? And I was like, well, I mean, not many men have titties like us.
Yeah.
So I mean,
What, you
they're
gonna smush him?
you know, it was a freedom fighter who wanted to fight a battle that really wasn't worth fighting.
Yeah.
But as we move on, Ironheart has a good opportunity to bring back RDJ.
Yes.
Because in the comics, her AI is not
Jarvis?
Friday, it's
Or
not
Friday?
Jarvis.
Is it a female?
No, it's Tony
It's
Stark.
Tony Stark.
That makes
And-
more sense.
He coaxed her through life. So, which would be really cool to see RDJ come back.
Mhm.
Or just an iteration of him where someone voice acts her well enough, but they get his likeness for the AI.
It should be a gay Tony Stark. I just feel like have a gay best
Let's
friend.
spice it up.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting considering he was a womanizer in the first couple
Exactly.
movies.
And comics.
He found Jesus.
The
Is that-
snap fucked him up.
Yeah, they messes with it.
But someone else to be tied closely to Ironheart will be Don Cheadle as he plays War Machine again
Love that shit.
in the Disney Plus series Armor Wars.
Their names kind of just really fall flat.
Oh yes.
I'm sorry.
Well, essentially, Ironheart's what happens when the technology of Tony Stark falls into the hands of somebody who knows what they're doing and does it for good. Armor Wars is going to explore Don Cheadle tracking down terrorists who use it against
I'm just
Is
saying.
what's his name? Hammer? Is he going to be the main protagonist in that?
It'd be interesting. They haven't announced too much except that Don Cheadle will be returning for Armor Wars.
Because that's usually who steals Tony Stark's stuff.
As they should. He showed up in the All Hail the King series.
Yeah.
I did.
No.
It's in my notes already.
We will
and
get
I will
there.
talk about it. You shitty producer.
Fucking shitty.
this mic on?
Fucking terrible.
You have to trust the knob.
You
I
have
don't
to,
know what knob
They don't even know what the fuck they're doing. Oh my god.
that's why.
One of the other 5 projects that I've currently got on my list, because I wrote down notes,
We had such a flow going.
is the
now.
Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special set to air in 2022, which will be directed by James Gunn and bring back the Guardians of the Galaxy cast.
He's actually pretty excited about this. I saw him post after this was released that he's been working on the story for like 2 years prior.
Mhm.
He's been thinking about this idea of like a holiday type of special. So I mean, I'm excited. The guy is a comical genius. I really enjoy him.
Except for 10 years ago. But yeah.
It's funny.
He was still pretty.
I mean, it wasn't not funny. I mean, it was wrong. Don't do it.
10 years ago it was fun.
But in comedy's
9 years
nothing's off limits in comedy, and comedy's supposed to break balls. It was funny. But to the effect, I'm excited for it. Not much is released about it.
No.
So-
Out of these 5 series and projects that are coming to Disney Plus, not much information except for that they're
The
being
title.
done. Yeah.
And what James
And
Gunn
act-
has said on Instagram is where I read it. He probably released it on all his social medias, but I saw it on Instagram.
Yeah, and just some
Right, right, right.
acting casting. The other thing that's coming from the Guardians group is I Am Groot, which will be a series of animated shorts following Groot.
Is it going to follow his, like, I guess, aging?
I think it's him as a kid, the baby Groot,
So, like, from, like, baby Groot to teenage angst Groot?
most likely.
Is that going to be like the
Like the first time? Or the real Groot?
The I Am Groot's going to be shorts, so it's going to be similar to the Star Wars Lego stuff, or like the Star Wars like short bits they do on there. Secret Invasion, Ironheart, and Armor Wars will be a series, and the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special is a one-off.
Or the original Groot? Because isn't there like a weird thing? Like the Groot that we have now is not actually the same as the other Groot? Because like
That's
he
true.
died and then
James-
offspring? That's what I wanted.
Yeah, James
Not the
Gunn
fan.
confirmed that the Groot that we saw in the first Guardians of the Galaxy is dead. The new Groot is
Right. So
Which
this is going back to Groot 1,
Yeah.
no,
if you will.
No,
No,
this
no.
is Groot.
This is still Groot
This
2.
is still this Groot? Just
This is in between Guardians 2
and
and
Endgame.
Endgame and
Oh.
Infinity War.
Okay, so this is
in
just
between.
like what he's been up to.
Yeah.
Has he been playing Animal Crossing? Or
Yeah.
What has he been doing? Oh.
What could have been Game of the Year in an alternate reality where it should have won.
It's just going to be a lot of masturbation.
The other note I have, moving on from those 5 series that were announced and not too much information, but Kevin Feige did let us in on a little bit of the information when it comes to Black Panther 2. He announced that Chadwick Boseman will not be
R.I.P.
recast as T'Challa, and instead the sequel will now focus on the other characters that were introduced in the first movie, and it is set to come out July 8th, 2022, as the script is currently being redone.
That's almost
It
like
also will not include a body double or CGI face over like they did for Paul Walker in the Fast and Furious movies.
they're
Or
just going
Princess
to
Leia.
just going to weaken at Bernie's him.
No, I think it's going to come down to like I think it's going to come down to a lot of things are going to be fixed to do that multiverse of madness.
Yep.
But
Oh.
we'll continue on to what we're going next. But he will not be CGI'd into this movie.
A lot of things that did drop and did give us some dates and are coming relatively soon was the final trailer of WandaVision, which will debut on Disney Plus January 15th.
Woo!
I can't stop thinking that that's not a Fairly Odd Parents spinoff, and it bothers me.
A little bit.
You could.
It's a little bit like it.
I mean, I'll take it. I like it.
They also dropped the first trailers of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which will now have an air date in March.
March this year?
Yeah, March of 2021. Yeah.
Like
So essentially,
3 months from
WandaVision will be ending, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier will pick up. And they show the dynamic between the two, pretty much running their own missions on the side. And from what I saw from the trailer, neither of them were Captain America at that time.
Well, no, it's I think what they said in the trailer was Bucky saying like you're not going to. He's like, "What, are you not going to grab the shield?" And Anthony Mackie pretty much goes, "I don't think I deserve it yet." And then I think this is going to be his coming up story about like how is he going to fill these shoes? Like how is he going to fall into order where he needs to fall into order and become his own Captain America?
Yep. And thing with a little bit piece too is that the government will have their own version of Captain America.
Yes.
Because as far as we know, moving into these Disney Plus series, the Sokovia Accords are still in effect.
100%.
And Falcon and Winter Soldier are
Those were the rules of like, hey, no superheroes, or if you are, you got to be with us.
Well, there's
Just
also
cleared up for you non-nerds at home.
And for
Not
you
for my own
non-nerds at
knowledge. I already
home
knew.
who may not know this,
I already knew. Clearly.
WandaVision may also introduce the fact that Wanda has some really awesome powers, and you're about to see exactly what she's capable of.
And it should be noted, too, as we've said previously on the show, it will tie into the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness movie, as well as the other one that dropped the trailer, Loki. Loki dropped the trailer that shows the conflict with him between the Time Police, and will also be airing May of 2021. So essentially after Winter Soldier and Falcon finishes up, you'll be getting Loki. The trailer kind of shows Loki jumping through various time periods and running from the Time Police, but at the same time looks like he's working for the Time Police.
Who's the Time Police guy he meets? Who's
Owen Wilson.
That's what it is. I was like, wow.
Yes, and he looks old. Like they made him look old. But
yeah, both.
He is old.
Hey, producers, can you look up how old Owen Wilson is? Because we don't want to look at our phones right now.
He's 26.
God, you suck, producers.
Did you show him how to work the soundboard? That's the one thing you don't do.
Sorry.
6 years at this station. Never once knew how to work the soundboard. 6 minutes over there with you, he's moving knobs.
The best part is, though, you guys can't see it because the camera's angle is not there.
Owen
but
Wilson
there's a clear...
is 52 years old.
I was in the middle
26.
of a conversation now. Like,
52. I'm turning it back down.
There's a clear depression where the soundboard used to be. I just want
But
you all to know.
for Loki, it is not the Endgame Loki or not the Infinity War Loki. No. He died. He is gone. There's fan theory about the fact that he used not his dominant hand to try to kill Thanos is out the window. Shut up. Nobody wants to hear it anymore. He's dead. He sacrificed himself for Thor. Let that Loki live in infamy as the brother who Thor always wanted. And now this is the Loki from a different time period to where he got the Infinity Stone of the Time Stone and was able to jump out.
Space Stone.
Oh, he didn't get the Space Stone. My bad. Space Stone. So it's not the Loki that died. Let that one be dead.
No.
Yes.
Okay, so that Loki's dead. This is other Loki, not this.
This is
Loki,
a different.
not this Loki in a
This
different
is
timeline.
2012 Loki that has splintered off.
God, time's confusing. Stop it.
Well, thank Endgame for that.
That's why I said stop it.
Other notes that I have is January 8th on Disney Plus, you'll be getting a series called Marvel Legends. It'll be a docu-series that kind of breaks down character by character, their origin, where they began in the comics, and where they are today in the MCU. The first 2 episodes will drop January 8th, just before the WandaVision debut, and will cover Wanda and Vision. Episode 1, Episode 2. Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know who Wanda or Vision are, or how they got to where they happen to be today, this will be a good series to check out the history of those 2 characters.
God, this timeline's hard to follow.
Yeah.
Well, this is just a docu-series.
But it's still like, but when it fits it, like one thing, like this is all related because that's what Marvel do.
Yeah.
But it's like this stuff happened here, and this stuff happened here, and this stuff happened here, and this stuff happened here.
Well, the Marvel Legends series is more so...
And this stuff happened over here.
It's just kind of like everything. It's going to say, this is how Wanda was created. She's technically the daughter of Magneto.
But
She
that's
was
not
one of
what
the
this
first
timeline
Avengers.
is.
Yeah, and then it'll be like, okay, this is what it is at the MCU.
Carry on.
Other notes that I had that came out of both the Disney Interactive conference call, as well as just notes that have been floating around the internet for the past couple weeks that we've tried to collect for you guys. It should be noted that Thor, Love and Thunder will now debut February 11th, 2022. On Pornhub, as well as movie theaters.
Verified account.
Captain Marvel 2 will debut now November 11th, 2022. So essentially everything got pushed back.
Too soon. Wait, do you say 2022?
Yes.
2022.
Like not the 2021 that's next.
2022.
The one after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when things actually open back
And then
up.
not even like soon. Then like
Yeah.
2 years from now.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll be dead.
Yeah.
Like I don't have that much time.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Thanks.
It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Yeah. No, I already said thanks.
You won't be 35 yet, though, so that's a good thing.
No,
you could be 35 like somebody else is sitting at the producer's table when this comes out.
Old.
The year-old jokes. That's Gibby for you.
Yeah, he was on here, and he'll be back. Yeah. The other note that I had from Thor 4 is Christian Bale's character was finally announced as Gore the God Butcher, part of the new Marvel era of Marvel Now.
Thor 4 with Gore.
Is he still using the soundboard, or is he just fucking with me?
You will find out when we do the replays.
I hate him.
just
I
fucking
hate him.
Fantastic.
Ah.
Yeah, usually he's right there doing this to me. Other news that we have is that Hawkeye released a little bit of its first some shooting photos that would show Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop as the new Hawkeye. So that's a series that's coming out. I want to say late 2021. I don't think they put a date on it yet.
Wait, I think I actually have it. I think
2027 at this point.
My guess would be it's either winter of 2021 or January.
All right, I have an idea. Follow me on this, all right?
Yeah.
We come up with a bunch of ideas. Really, we'll just come up with names for the Dace Man or for Basement Protocol Productions to release.
Yeah.
And then we'll put just dates in like the future, like 2052. Check out
Brothers
Dace-
of Bat-Snow.
There you go. Make
There's
a
a
title
website,
card,
'cause
everything.
that's the only thing I didn't cancel.
So I'm being a good producer. I took the initiative. The Hawkeye comes out in 2021.
Thank you.
So quarter 4, probably.
It does not say exactly
Oh,
when, but
such a
I would
good
assume
producer.
quarter 4.
I only find half the fucking.
It's either going to be quarter 3 or quarter 4 because they've got things leading up all the way to the summer. Other news.
Wait, my girlfriend said, "Excuse me, what did I do?"
You missed, so now you're in trouble. You're already screwed. Yeah, that was like 20 minutes ago. You're done.
Well, at least she's not your fiance. You'd be in more trouble.
There's a backstory. There's a backstory to that.
Turn yourself off, producer. Stop talking.
That's true. Very nice.
I'm not the one that said what Dace just said. I'm trying to save you.
So, in some of the other Disney Plus series that are coming from Marvel that will most likely be 2022 and beyond is Marvel's Ms. Marvel that follows Kamala Khan. They announced a whole bunch of actors and actresses for it. Nobody you would know. So I'm not even going to try to go through and read their names because I'll butcher them, and they really aren't in anything else.
Are they foreign?
Yes.
Yeah. So
They held true to what the nature of the character is.
to an extent. Because there was a cancel Ms. Marvel thing going on last week because they casted a Pakistani in a role that shouldn't have been Pakistani.
Should have been like Arab. Like
Arabian.
It's not.
A different Muslim
Yeah, that's what I was
origin.
Kind of like, if you accidentally like cast a Cuban for a Mexican role,
Yeah.
or Puerto Rican, they get rid
I've
of
never
that.
had these problems.
I haven't personally.
Yeah.
I know you may be confused, but
I am.
I've seen it happen.
But they also announced She-Hulk casting, which will be Tatiana Maslany. She will play the She-Hulk, and they're bringing back Mark Ruffalo and Tim Roth's Abomination for the series as well.
You seem excited.
I am. I'm a Hulk fan. You know this.
Huge Hulk fan.
The simple fact is, people got actually upset at She-Hulk.
Really?
You got your keyboard warriors. The same thing that happened with the boob armor
Mm-hmm.
was the fact that, well, why do you got to make the Hulk a female? Like, fuck off.
Is
The
that your
Keyboard Warrior
Seinfeld?
Seinfeld? What's the deal with the female Hulk?
But like, the fact is, they're like, well, why is the guy like, why are we gotta make females now? Like,
Yeah.
She-Hulk's been a thing.
Yeah, she's been around for
She's a
long.
powerful lawyer.
Yep.
Who studies law and acts with law as the fucking She-Hulk.
Mhm.
But she doesn't also change. She really doesn't change. She's usually green. She's nowhere as strong as the actual Hulk, and it is also Bruce Banner's cousin.
Yes.
So it's why it's going to be Bruce Banner, is Mark Ruffalo's Hulk is coming back, is because he is related to She-Hulk.
Yeah, so they made like Thanksgiving together and stuff.
There's actually a bunch of different Hulks.
Of course there is.
Just saying.
I know. I was waiting for you to throw in
No,
timelines and
Thunderbolt
shit.
Ross technically is.
Yeah, he becomes Red Hulk. Which is he gets stronger. No, he doesn't get stronger.
Food dye?
He
Ate a lot of peppers.
yeah.
Tomatoes.
The angrier he gets, the hotter he gets. He can actually burn through things. Abomination
That's
doesn't get any stronger with getting angrier. Abomination is just stronger than the Hulk at its base. The Hulk, as you can tell, gets stronger the angrier he gets. She-Hulk is just at her base and doesn't get any stronger. There's a character called
Not even
Abe.
strong with like lawyering.
No.
Boom, lawyer. Boom.
I think more the fact of intimidation as a lawyer. Like, hey, say he's guilty, or I'm gonna beat your face in with my left titty.
I don't think you
and
can-
it's a strong titty.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't think you can pressure the jury that way. I'm pretty sure the judge would be against it, and you definitely can't pressure the judge that way.
I mean, you could try.
Well, yeah, you can try, and then you get thrown in contempt of court.
What if the judge
Like,
likes
there's
big
rules for
Amazonian
lawyers.
green women?
There's rules for lawyers.
What if the judge really likes big Amazonian green
Then
women?
the judge is corrupt, and they got to get him out of there. Like
It doesn't matter though. It could happen.
All right, now the law is broken. We're in a Wild West world.
The more attractive he gets. But he also has another friend who becomes A-Bomb, and he becomes like an armored Hulk.
Yeah, so are they all like snorting
They all have
They
gamma
go-
radiation.
gamma,
They
that's the
all have
one.
gamma radiation in their blood
Yeah.
somehow,
Some-
and they're all able to survive.
Okay, yeah, that happens.
Ah.
Typical Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can also get bit by a spider and become one of the world's greatest heroes. Typical Monday.
Also, yeah, happens.
Your grandfather's gotta die, right? Yeah. Okay. Uncle's gotta die. Shit.
Speaking of bugs, Ant-Man 3 finally got a official title. It'll be Ant-Man and the Wasp and the Quantumania.
Sure.
I don't know what that's gonna involve.
Science.
They officially announced that Jonathan Majors is going to be playing the role of Kang, so it should probably
Kang the Conqueror?
yeah. So it should still introduce some of the time travel,
Is he
maybe
gonna be
some.
the next?
You would think he is, and it should have some residual effect from Doctor Strange too.
And it's gonna have residual effect from Loki.
Should have Fantastic Four relations there because
So Kang the Conqueror is. I'm gonna say here first, folks. Kang the Conqueror is definitely gonna be our new baddie.
unless they waste him like Ultron,
Don't even.
that's
Wait.
a possibility.
First off, you didn't waste Ultron, but Ultron can always come back, and he always has come back as an AI because he's just that, an AI, and he can hide in any electronic device.
yes,
So,
which he did in a spin-off game.
and he only knows what vibranium is. His final form is a mixture of vibranium with adamantium, and now we're going to have Wolverine in here, which is going to introduce adamantium, which can later down the line introduce
2028.
Yeah. So Ultron is not out of the possibility,
Definitely
but it's definitely Kang the Conqueror. It's probably going to be our next big baddie,
It'd be nice.
which is what, a Reed Richards?
It's his
great grandson or something.
yeah, which makes it interesting. If Jonathan Majors is Kang the Conqueror, who he happens to be African American, does that mean Reed Richards is going to be African American?
I wouldn't have a problem with it.
I wouldn't either.
But no, I mean, it doesn't make the difference because, I mean, I could
Somewhere down the road, there could have been.
someone, yeah, mix.
Yeah.
But John Krasinski is pictured as the
He's
fan
that way.
favorite as being fantastic, Mr. Fantastic.
Again, I could go with that actor who's going to be playing the Watcher and played Bernard in Westworld. I think he would make a good Reed Richards.
There's a
He might
lot.
be a little too old. That's the only problem is if you want to actually build a franchise around Fantastic Four, and we'll get more into these topics with Potter Nerd, you want to build it around younger actors.
You know who's young? Jarrett. He should be in it.
Get a great streak going, and you're ready to rock and roll.
Can I do the rogue gray streak where I gotta get struck by lightning?
We can do it that
All
way.
right, cool.
We have a
All right,
teaser.
that'll be a video next time. We have a teaser? I always want to be tased.
I mean, you came to the right place.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That'll be the next segment, but we're going to continue on.
We can work that.
Other news I got out of the Marvel Studios is that Hulu has officially canceled the show Hellstrom after one season,
Boo, Hulu! I didn't even watch it yet.
thus killing the supernatural side of it. And the last bit that I kind of saved for Marvel is because it's huge.
It
and
is
there's
huge. It
so
is
much
huge.
to talk about. Is the MCU's Spider-Man 3 news. They've casted over the past weeks Jamie Foxx as Electro again, who was in Amazing Spider-Man. And they've got Alfred Molina, who was Doc Ock in the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. And then the rumors, I don't know if they officially did it yet or not. They did?
I'm assuming you're talking about MJ and
Well, I knew
Gwen.
Kirsten Dunst is coming back as MJ. I didn't hear Gwen Stacy yet.
I-
It's assumed.
I think it was announced. I'm not positive. From what I've read, I think it was more than most likely confirmed.
Yeah.
I mean, also at the same time,
They haven't officially announced Andrew Garfield
You got-
or Tobey Maguire to come back yet. either.
you gonna tell me Emma Stone's gonna pass up on this opportunity? You're gonna tell me Andrew Garfield, who's fell off the face of the earth since Amazing Spider-Man, is gonna give up on this opportunity? And Tobey
Yes.
Maguire was the simple fact of he wanted a good amount of money for it, which I think they're gonna be willing to pay him because at the same beat, you're coming into the fact that Tobey Maguire was considered not an amazing Spider-Man, but a really good Peter Parker.
Yeah.
He was a good, older Peter Parker who was in college. While Andrew Garfield wasn't the greatest Peter Parker because the guy looked...
He's too cocky.
He was too cocky, and he wasn't that he wasn't smart. They didn't show his smarts. And then he was a great Spider-Man, though. He had the
With his
wit.
quips and shit like that.
And then you have
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland as a perfect mix, is what a lot of fans are calling him. He's young enough.
And British.
British, no lips. That's just a funny British thing. I don't know. Have you ever seen that picture where it's
No lips, no nips.
Benedict Cumberbatch, Tom Hiddleston, and Tom Holland all
The
standing in a row?
evolution thing?
And it was a super. They three of them were sitting there smiling, but like no lips were in the picture whatsoever. It's hilarious.
But it's interesting to note that all these casting announcements have come out with Spider-Man 3. It's set to hit the theaters next December.
Does that mean we're getting a James Franco coming around?
Are we gonna get a Willem Dafoe return, or are we gonna get a Chris Cooper return?
If we get a Willem Dafoe return, can we use
So,
his face
isn't he dead?
as the Green Goblin?
Well,
Or is that,
technically,
like-
so's Doc Ock.
Oh, wait, you're saying Willem Dafoe as a person is dead?
No.
I was about to say, excuse you.
Willem.
No.
Fake news.
No, yeah, no.
Willem Dafoe.
But no, his facial features, like, would be
Terrifying.
fantastic as a Green Goblin.
Well, I mean, it really depends because that's one of the characters that showed up in both.
Yes.
They really squandered him with
Oh, yeah,
Chris
I guess
Cooper.
Never mind. Sorry, talking.
Yeah.
Working it out.
And then Willem Dafoe obviously looked like a Power Ranger villain.
Just going back.
But it was cool. It was.
Yeah, he was great for the dynamic of playing businessman versus psycho.
Yeah.
Will we see Doc Connors come back? They started laying groundwork in Sam Raimi's trilogy. Never came to fruition. But you did see it with, I don't know the actor's name,
Yeah, I
but
know who
he
you're
was in the
talking about.
replacements and he was the punter.
Yeah.
He actually went full force with it.
Do we also see the fact that in Garfield's Amazing series, they teased the Sinister Six completely as biomechanical.
Do we get
villains.
James, what the fuck is his name? Not James. The
Talking
Rhino.
about- Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Why can't I think of his fucking... Paul Giamatti. Do we
Yes.
get Paul Giamatti's
I kind
Rhino?
of hope so.
do
But that's,
we
I
get,
don't want him in the big mech suit.
do we get the Sandman?
A fantastic villain that they squandered.
Yeah. Do we get Tom Hardy's Venom?
Well, apparently, if all things go well, Tom Holland's Spiderman has been teased in that Venom Sony universe.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's via poster or via like commentary
Yeah.
through radio. So that would be great because then you get Woody Harrelson as Carnage, which is
Pretty good.
scary to think about because the guy is just a good actor. But that brings in a lot of characters that I hope we get rid of the Spider-Man 3, but I hope there's a nice little tease about the dance moves. Have you seen the video without music playing and him having to do it without music going through the streets? It is fantastic.
I'll have to check that out. But that essentially wraps up our Marvel segment here on the Dace Man Show.
Boom.
Like 10 minutes.
Wrap.
Lots of news.
Called efficiency, bitch.
Yeah, it's also called not having dead air. That's another thing we didn't do. When it comes to Marvel news, you can find a lot more of this in-depth detail coming soon in 2021 as we break it down on Potter Nerd episodes. Now, we're going to take a quick break for a commercial, and when we come back, I'll be joined once again by Gibby, and we'll go over this Star Wars segment
Keep going, the mouse stop. Up there.
on the Dace Man Show. See you then.
Bye, guys.
The Spectacular Gaming Chronicles East! Back to our super show. It is I, Chris, the Dace Man Dace, and joining me off camera that will eventually come in, as always,
I wasn't sure if we were supposed to step in or not. I didn't know what the hell we're doing.
Gibby.
I was left out of all the
He was
planning.
not. All the production notes are in the chat. He doesn't read the fucking chat. So fuck him and fuck everything about that.
When it
So
says-
shut up.
When it says 99 plus, hell no.
99 plus. I tagged you at your
Hell
specific.
no!
Okay, we're talking Star Wars here on the
Hell
Dace Man
no!
Show, and we brought him in because he only owns Star Wars apparel outside of his business clothes, and he should be somewhat of an expert. And if you're listening to the podcast replay, I used air quotes. So when it comes to Star Wars, a lot of news came, but I want to do one thing real quick while someone's not here, before Frank joins us again at the podcast station. The Mandalorian. Last time you and I were behind this desk, you were 3 weeks behind on The Mandalorian. You're not listening to me again. And this is why he doesn't get production notes, because he doesn't pay attention. This kid has autism. We figured it out here on the show. He has 20 out of the 21 signs of autism.
I'm sorry, Baby Yoda showed up. I'm sorry, what happened?
Grogu!
Baby goddamn Yoda.
The problem is, he's already 6 beers deep because he's had way too much time here.
Not
But let's
six.
talk.
I wish
You
I
had
was.
4
I had 2 up
on
here.
the first segment.
No, that was me. I had 2.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had 2.
Still blaming you.
This is my 3rd one. I'm not that much of an alcoholic.
But the one note I want to start off on before we get into the Disney Interactive call and everything is you finally caught up on The Mandalorian.
I did not.
The Mandalorian finale will be tomorrow, December 18th.
Right.
For those of you watching the replay, you probably already watched the Mandalorian finale. But I need to know, the important episode was, I forget the chapter number, was called The Jedi. A lot of bombshells dropped. A lot of that information will play into what we will talk about here. Ahsoka makes her first live screen appearance
Yeah, she did.
with actress Rosario Dawson.
And her lightsabers changed colors again.
They were still white.
They were yellow, though, in the what's called. Weren't they?
No, they were white.
Because they were originally blue.
They were white.
Then when she left, she went to...
They were white.
I have
They
to
were
go
never
back
yellow.
and watch.
She was
I
on a
was when
Guardian.
they were yellow.
She denounced the Jedi. They were white.
That's right. All right, fine. White.
Anyway, so Ahsoka made an appearance and clearly was on her own mission in that episode that happened to cross paths with the Mandalorian. Frank's back. We want to talk about...
So my thing with that though is I'm interested because the what's called's knew that she was on that planet. The female Mandalorians.
Yes. Bo-Katan and Sasha Banks.
So they clearly still have some kind of connection going on there, which is kind of interesting.
Well, obviously.
So I wonder if we're gonna get like I wonder if like maybe next season we actually go to Mandalorian. Mandalore. That's it. Shit.
Earth.
Sorry. Earth. We're going to Earth. We're going to Earth, baby.
Anyway,
Yeah.
her
Sorry.
mission on that planet was obviously to get information about one character who appeared in Star Wars Rebels
Right.
that was brought in from the extended universe. How did you feel about the name drop of Admiral Thrawn?
I was shocked because I didn't think that they were ever gonna bring him in, but now that they brought him in, I mean, they almost have to do something with him. Is the problem? Like you have to have him show up at some point.
That's how
sometime.
storytelling works.
Yeah, I know.
They dropped a little nugget,
But you don't know.
and then you're going to go chase that nugget down.
But then that would mean that she's gonna be in it a lot more.
But the big news is
That means she's
that's
gotta
not
be
true.
in it a
She
lot
won't
more.
be in her own. She will be in her own series for Disney Plus called Ahsoka that takes place during the Mandalorian time frame, which is 5 years after Return of the Jedi, and will follow the adventures of Ahsoka Tano.
So this is the kick off her thing, is what you're saying?
Yes, a launch. Of,
Okay, so that makes sense then.
Two
Because
things
I
happen.
don't think the Mandalorian's gonna go with Thrawn.
No.
It'd be very weird because almost the guy. I don't know his name, but
Moff Gideon.
Moff Gideon
That's why they're not doing it.
is clearly the bad guy. Yeah.
But-
that was my whole thing that's kind of confusing me with it because I'm like, you just brought back a fucking good villain, but it doesn't work with what we're seeing right now.
Unless he's pulling the strings of Moff Gideon, or Moff Gideon's pulling his strings.
Unless Disney just thought it was really smart to get their own product out there for another TV show.
But another information, a little nugget that came out of the Mandalorian that
nuggets.
was put into the interactive conference call.
Like nuggets.
You know Cara Dune?
Cara Dune!
That big
That's
bitch?
a no.
The UFC fighter that fucks
Yeah.
everybody up in the show.
Mhm.
Apparently, there will be a spin-off series taking place during the same time frame as the
Really?
Mandalorian, called The New Republic, and will
Now that makes
follow
sense.
the formation and everything that was going on with the New Republic.
Okay, because she's in. I think it was the last episode or two before she had the New Republic badge. So she clearly joined their side.
Yes, but that's why it was important before you came on today's show that you watched The Mandalorian, because obviously they tee two things up in this season. We know that Cara Dune, the actress, currently has controversy with the
That's what I'm
LGBT.
She
Q.
just can't keep her fucking like. She's another one, man. Just take the fucking Twitter away from her, man.
Well, in theory, Shuri had some problems with the election results too, or the vaccine. She made a comment about the vaccine that sent them off a tangent. I don't know why people really care.
Yeah.
People are allowed to their opinions. Shut the fuck up and enjoy the content.
What do
point.
people really care if the news outlets are the ones that care? You know
Uh,
what I mean?
news.
Like nobody really gave a shit,
I
but
was
the
gonna
news
say,
people are like,
yeah.
you know what we can do with this? Make it a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all.
Well, there's a lot of keyboard warriors out there. Is the problem.
well,
but
that
yeah.
too. As they're sitting there just taking shit in the
Because
morning.
most of us normal people can give. I can literally care less.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, sure, whatever.
But it was
That's how you feel. That's how you feel. Leave me the hell alone.
But it was absolutely important you caught up on The Mandalorian, because those
Yeah.
two series have spun off from season 2, completely ruining it for you who
I
you have
know.
not gotten there
Yeah,
yet.
it's fine.
Interesting.
But Ahsoka will get her own series, I believe, coming in late 2021, if not
So,
early 2022.
Are they gonna do? Because I guess I know Luke is supposed to come in at some point. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's going to come in this one. I'm assuming that's what the baby was.
So
doing his
that's another
teleporting
revelation.
Teleport thingy. I don't know what the fuck.
We can call him Grogu now because we know his name.
Baby Yoda.
I like the baby.
I like the baby better. Yeah.
Grogu's such a bad name.
Yeah.
Sounds like he threw up in a shoe.
I don't
Definitely pulled
also.
from a hat.
I also don't like the backstory they gave Grogu.
How he survived Order 66.
Yeah, that's really dumb. Like how
he's the child that survived?
Yeah.
Somebody snuck him out of Coruscant.
Somebody snuck him out.
I'm just saying, like lightning
Yeah.
scar and all. I've heard the story before. It's fine.
So you're trying to tell me frigging Anakin wouldn't have specifically targeted the fucking only Baby Yoda?
He didn't attack Kanan. He didn't go after Ahsoka. Ahsoka was still connected to the Force, even though she wasn't.
But no,
a
he
Jedi.
he lost his shit inside, and you saw him killing younglings.
Yeah.
There's a
wouldn't
huge
go
meme
after
going
the Baby
around
Yoda.
to where they're telling
man.
people that it was the funny joke where, the kind of quiet kid sends the text to somebody and says, hey, don't come into class the next day. They're saying that Anakin was like, hey, Grogu, man, I like you. Don't come into class the next day, and showed him a lightsaber. I mean, it's just been a running joke for...
Yeah.
They're just going to let it go, I think. I don't
Anakin
think
knew
many
that there
people are
was
going to be
money
angry.
in the child and said, you go hide.
Okay.
In about 20 years, you're going to be able to get us
The
out
mouse
this
was
morning.
already, showing his head there. Okay.
Fun thing is, I saw that meme and had no idea what it meant, but it makes sense now.
Yeah.
But that's the news that came related to The Mandalorian. I'm glad you caught up. Now, you watched the damn finale. Well, it doesn't matter. We have a show next week.
Yeah.
But other information
I
that
thought
came
I'd
out
be able
of...
to watch it, but you guys keep fucking bowling.
What's that personal? It's supposed to be Star Wars.
Why? Watch it your fucking self.
I can't.
Why?
I have fucking woman issues.
Just watch it. What is she gonna do?
Women issues.
She
Stand
comes
up
back like, oh,
for
we're gonna,
yourself.
or watch it Friday, and then finally, whenever she gets around to it, you'll be like, oh yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah, you act like you wouldn't want to watch it a second time.
Yeah.
I've done that a couple times.
Yeah,
See,
so why
fuck.
wouldn't you just do it? We're going to talk... Oh, my God. Other news that came out of the Star Wars portion of the conference call.
That's right.
Hayden Christensen will be joining the Obi-Wan Kenobi series on Disney+. A lot of speculation behind that. I don't see the point if he's going to be Darth Vader the whole time, but I do see a point if they do some flashbacks.
Don't take the mask off every once in a while.
That's interesting, though, because I thought they already filmed a lot of that.
No, they haven't started filming yet.
No, they haven't started. Oh.
Remember, you were the
They
one
were
who brought the
having
story, the
issues.
script it was
They're
going back
having
and
a lot
forth.
of issues with it, but I thought they actually started filming already. I guess maybe not. Oh God, if they haven't started filming yet, that's like
It's
way
a 2022 project.
out. Yeah, I was gonna say that must be way out then.
So we'll talk about it again.
Yeah.
Completely new and refreshed.
Yeah. I'm
Wow.
sure we'll talk about it
Yeah.
more often. We talk about Star Wars every goddamn show.
Unfortunately.
Other news that came out of the interactive conference call they had, Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins has been brought on to direct a movie called Rogue Squadron that will come out in 2022. It's not based on the game, and it takes place before New Hope.
You said that's a movie?
It's going to be a movie.
Interesting.
It'll be the first Star Wars movie release since Rise of Skywalker.
And when is it?
2022.
No,
December.
timeline.
It's before A New Hope.
Before.
So it's
Oh.
it's the reason why Rogue Squadron was such a fantastic lore,
A thing.
and why it was important when Luke joined it.
Interesting. Okay, that might be
Neat.
neat. I don't know how
Gotcha.
well that's
I got
gonna how well it's gonna work because I wonder if it's gonna play in with the Rogue One or not.
It'll be neat.
It could. I mean, it could technically play in with anyone who's around in the Rebels era,
Yeah.
anyone who was in the
wouldn't it be
Rogue One prequel.
Would it be Rebels?
Yeah.
I thought Rebels is in between.
3
oh,
and 4.
you're right. It is in between. Shit, my bad.
Calls himself
Clone Wars
a
is
Star
between
Wars fan.
2 and 3.
He's got the jacket. He's got the club jacket.
He
Damn.
usually wears his Wookiee hoodie as well.
That's right. Well, I'm wearing double, baby.
But sticking within that time frame before New Hope and after Revenge of the Sith, they finally released a sizzle reel for Star Wars Andor that follows Cassian from Rogue One. They've announced that Alan Tudyk will be back as KS2 or K2SO, and they will also be bringing back Genevieve O'Reilly, who played Mon Mothma in Rogue One and a deleted scene from Revenge of the Sith.
So that's got to be a prequel.
Yeah, it's prequel to Rogue One. Yes.
Yeah.
It's set for a 12-episode release in 2022.
12. Oh, so it's a
Again, with
miniseries.
2020, is there anything happening within a year with these people?
Probably not.
With
It's
these
mainly Marvel next year.
Star fights
it's-
people?
Well, you have Mandalorian.
That's about it. I believe you're getting Ahsoka.
You're telling me that they don't have like a whole different division that could maybe film something at the
Ahsoka
same
could be
time?
there because since Ahsoka was obviously already casted and everything.
And that you might get Rangers of the New Republic.
The fuck is that?
That's the New Republic series I told you about earlier.
Oh.
With Rangers.
I thought you called it
I called it just
something.
that's Rogue Squadron's the movie by Patty Jenkins. Hello, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
In 2021, Disney Plus will also release Star Wars Visions, a collection of 10 animated short films taking place in the Star Wars universe. Each film will come from different animation studios, and according to the Star Wars Twitter, the films will celebrate the Star Wars galaxy through the lens of the world's best Japanese anime creators.
Fan-made kind of compilation.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Listen, as much as you don't want to knock the stories, don't knock the animation that anime has, because it defines a lot of what the animation can be today. If you haven't watched it, don't be saying shit.
You watched it. You watched Dragon Ball Z.
You watched old anime. You haven't watched any of the new stuff, have you?
Punch. All right. And on the next episode.
Another Disney Plus series that was announced with no time frame will be an Untitled Lando series.
It doesn't even have a name.
It's just called Lando.
Is it going to be using the guy that?
That's the thing. They haven't announced if it's going to be Billy D. Williams or if it's going to be Donald Glover
Well,
or a third actor.
They got to still be alive when they start filming it.
Well, it also depends
all
when
of
they
them.
choose them in the timeline.
A shocking note that I feel like he's going to pick up on this. The series will be helmed by Justin Simon.
Justin.
The director.
In.
The director of Dear White People.
Woo! Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
A series I still can't believe you watched.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I don't get it.
I think they canceled it, which is a little upsetting.
I don't know why it makes sense, but it makes sense.
I don't know. I don't.
It's pretty good.
It's the only pop culture thing I don't follow that you have.
You continue.
I know. I said why. I shouldn't have said why.
And they're also killing Black Lightning too.
They're killing a lot of things in the Arrowverse, but this is a specific Star Wars segment.
I'm sorry.
Other news that was announced that will be coming to Disney Plus as an original is a High Republic era TV series called Acolyte.
All right, so this is that done by that
sets
girl?
place. No, it sets place 200 years prior to the events of Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
It'll be it's done by a girl, but I don't know if it's the same girl.
It's what's called. It's gonna bomb. It's gonna be horrible. I'm not gonna watch it.
It's led by Leslie Headland, the creator of the hit Netflix series Russian Dolls.
I have absolutely no desire to watch that.
The Acolyte will be a mystery thriller and take place near the end of High Republic, and I'll be able to talk about it weekly without his fucking interruption.
Well, that's the one that Kathleen Kennedy brought in against the because she's also the one that had ties with the guy on the island.
The guy on the island?
Yeah,
Lost?
he's fucking dead. The Clintons apparently killed him.
Epstein?
Epstein, yeah. She's got some. She went through and deleted. Yeah, that's gonna be a bomb. That's gonna bomb. It's gonna bomb.
You got any sources on that?
What?
Sources? Where'd you find this at?
That was
4chan?
we talked about this
QAnon?
before.
Guys, can we get back to the show that's about Star Wars and not about Jeffrey Epstein?
She deleted a ton of Twitter stuff.
Breaking this
The
down.
chat is angry and upset. We want to hear about the Lego Star Wars
They've
Holiday
already-
Special.
That was
20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
See? Got the memo on
I
that
saw
one.
it and went, yep, and then kept moving on.
I mean, they already said it's gonna be it's not gonna be like an action thing. It's gonna be fucking mostly. It's gonna be gender
Talking?
politics. The fucking oh god. It's
You don't know what
literally
Ward and Gibby doesn't
going.
know everyone else
It's not going to be. The thing is, it irritates me.
It's a mystery thriller. How do you get gender politics out of it?
Because that's who she hired.
That's what genders are now.
What did it say? A
I
political
could be
thriller?
wrong. I could be wrong.
You usually
I could be wrong. But knowing who hired her and what the background she is, it's not. I have no hopes for it. I have no hopes for it.
I mean, if we learned anything in 2020, every episode has you being wrong.
True.
Yeah.
It's true, but I have no hopes for that at all, unfortunately.
I think he just has a very
even though it
solid
does
hatred for a certain person.
Sex.
That
sex. No, it's Kathleen.
That anything she's tied to is
exactly.
this,
that is. I will agree on that one.
As
Anything
your
she
weekly
touches,
therapist, does this stem from possibly another woman you hate in your life?
it's Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah.
Fucking bitch.
Jackie Kennedy.
God damn.
Jackie
Jackie
Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Goddamn bitch. Like she just can.
Breathe.
I can't.
And the last announcement that came out of the conference call was a series called A Droid Story. There is no Star Wars without droids, and two of the most well-known return to the canon in a droid story. The animated series will follow R2-D2 and C-3PO as they meet and guide a new hero.
A new hero. Leave
And
it.
they haven't said the time frame, so this could be after Rise of Skywalker.
It has to be. No, it has. Yeah, it has to be.
There's time in between episode 3 and 4 that you don't know what they've done.
Between three and 4, you know, R2-D2 is with
Bail.
Luke.
No,
He was
with
with
Bail
Luke. They
at
were
4.
traveling the entire
At
time.
4.
Luke disappears.
Did I not say between 3 and 4?
Just let him
He's
go.
going
You
4
can't fix
after?
this.
3 and oh.
Count. Numbers.
But were they together in the?
Yep, they were both owned by Bail Organa. Bale let him out in an episode in Rebels. Doesn't mean he didn't let him out again.
True. Interesting, but
I'm pissed off it's not Chopper. I want a series about Chopper. That arrogant little asshole bot from Rebels deserves his own stand-up special.
His is pretty good. I actually I wouldn't mind one of the Rebel, not the Rebel, the Rogue One robot.
K2SO?
Yeah, KTSO.
He will be in Star Wars Andor with Cassian. So he's back.
He's back, yeah. So that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Because I actually thought he was kind of funny.
Most of the droids are pretty good. They kind of just do a good thing with droids.
We could always go back to
like
friggin'
droids.
Solo, and we can try and figure out what the hell happened between.
Not enough droids.
You know, to throw out
the droid there.
That's all I had on the Star Wars information, but to throw out information on
See what happens.
the Rebels and Solo connection, because I'm rewatching the series. The Rebels interact with Lando.
Yes.
In the cartoon.
Yes.
Looks a lot
He's,
like Billy D.
Selling pigs or something.
Yeah.
Or some kind of pig sniffing something.
Yeah.
I don't even get it.
He has a place on Lothal. He doesn't have the droid from the movie. And there's no real reference to Solo, a Star Wars movie, in Rebels. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, but that's because that came out before.
So there's a lot of mystery behind the Lando character.
Correct.
So a lot is coming to Disney Plus when it comes to Star Wars and the universe.
Eventually.
That's been actually carrying fucking Disney Plus.
Well, it's carrying Disney in general at this point.
Yeah, as much as he hates Kathleen Kennedy. Okay, another thing I think is interesting, talk about this interactive call they had. Kevin Feige gave all the Marvel news. Kathleen Kennedy announced all these projects. So are these all her projects?
Right. I hope to God not.
I believe they are. They're under her watch, and they were announced under her watch.
From what I heard, she has no creative decisions other than that one Star Wars one. And she apparently Lucas Studios is making a movie that has nothing to do with Star Wars. Absolutely nothing, and it's pure gender politics.
It's called Indiana Jones 5.
It's pure gender politics.
Because that was made by Lucasfilm too, and Howard the Duck.
That's right, the duck.
You don't know who Howard the Duck is, do you?
No idea.
That was probably the best thing I've ever seen.
Oh gosh.
But we're gonna wrap up the show. We're gonna run around. We've given you almost 3 hours worth of content.
No.
And we're keeping it short and sweet at the Star Wars segment. We'll go around the horn. Gibby, what do you got to plug?
Nothing.
All right, I'm gonna throw it over there to the producers table. We'll start with you, Mr. Jarrett Edelman.
Hey guys, we will be having merch come up sometime in 2021. It's going to be great stuff. Hoodies, t-shirts, stuff that we will be wearing here on the Dace Man Show and during streams. And like I said before, if you guys think of anything, any of you out there want to try to stream, hit us up, let us know, and we could possibly try to find a way for you to try something out and see how it goes.
Awesome sauce. I'm going to throw it to the guy sitting next to Mr. Jarrett Edelman, Cheever.
What's up, guys? You can always follow me at Twitter at Cheever212. I'm pretty boring, pretty bland, but...
and pretty white like bread.
I am pretty white like bread. So, give a shout. I will always entertain ideas.
No.
All right, Mr. Frank Ward.
Dude, like, I didn't realize, like, this Kathleen Kennedy chick is,
awful?
She's just
Is she hot?
Kind of rotund? No,
Hot?
No.
I mean,
you're probably into it, Cheever. You're disgusting.
Takes credit for shit she didn't do.
Otherwise,
100%.
I'm trying to find my place in the world of Basement Protocol production. I'm going on a soul mission. I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm doing it, but I'll be here somewhere, some way, somehow.
Hey, he was here tonight.
See?
I heard
and that's a start.
And nobody knew it, really,
I heard
kind
it was Cheever.
Hey, and just a special shout out to Eric Barrezo as our new social media lead.
Katie Rayburn. Katie Rayburn will be our senior copy editor as well as our director of charitable events. So right now we do the Dace Tacular Game for a Cause. You've seen the commercial 3 times tonight. It will be March 26th starting at noon, running to March 28th starting at noon, or ending at noon.
It's a lot of hours.
Be there.
So we'll have a schedule posted. The website is live. And you know what else is live? The brand new basementprotocolproductions.com. Currently...
Banner.
It has the Dace Man Show page as well as the Dace Tacular Game for a Cause 8. But stay tuned to it. By January 1st, we're going to launch the whole thing with, like Jarrett said, merch. We're going to have YouTube links. We're going to have podcasts. The podcasts are actually already there, so that's a good thing, too. And the blog. So we'll be actually writing articles, hence why we needed a senior copy editor.
What?
Another announcement will be coming out tomorrow on Facebook.com/The Dace Man Show with another position announcement here at Basement Protocol Productions.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yay. And then you go to youtube.com/Basement Protocol Productions, and you can see all of our past broadcasts and all the things we used to do under a different moniker, but the now is Basement Protocol. And then, as always, here on twitch.tv/Basement Protocol with our new production manager live streams, Jarrett Edelman will be putting out a schedule and getting new recruits to start doing streams, as well as some of the old recruits to doing streams starting in 2021. Big things are coming on the horizon. Thank you for sticking with us through this pandemic-ridden fucking year that's been awful and fucking terrible and fucking awful. 2021 will be better. We'll be back January 5th. Stay tuned. Keep checking the Facebook.
And my whale.
So for the few, hit the outro button. I never told you that. On the Elgato.
Screen ending soon.
No. Just on the Elgato stream deck that's there, there's a thing that says outro. Click the outro.
Intro show.
Did you click it?
Yep.
All right. So for the few,
For my chickens.
for the proud,
And that whale.
for the Dace-tacular, thank you guys for tuning in. Fuck 2020. See you in 2021. And Cheever, hit that end screen and mute us.